I want to start by introducing the topic. The topic is, are 50-50 financial relationships a good idea in this day and time? So that's what we're going to be discussing tonight, about 50-50 relationships. Are they valid to have right now? Our personal thoughts, our issues with it, pros and the cons. So I guess I could open it up to you, Step, because I value your time and I am so thankful for you tonight.
Well,
So
thank you.
I will start with you by asking you, what are your thoughts on a 50-50 financial relationship in your own words?
My thing is 50-50. The way the world is and the households are nowadays, depending on the job has a lot to do with it. Depending on the jobs actually determine how you would go as far as 50-50 or not. My personal thing is I basically past experiences, I have had a relationship that was 50-50. But in the end, depending on once again the income, 50-50 may end up actually hurting you more so than helping you, especially when you're dealing with someone that actually may have a little bit more income than you do. And it can cause you to put yourself in a bind by doing 50-50. Um, Other than that, I'm just thinking now is like this point in time and day and time with the cost of living and so forth, it depend like once again, depending on the jobs, 50-50 is almost darn near like, what are y'all gonna do? I mean, I've talked to, guys before, and they was like, okay, well, they would, if they was in a relationship, they would pay like the mortgage, electric bills and stuff like that. And, the woman would have, the responsibility of the smaller bills. Um, or whatnot, which is, perfectly fine too, um, or whatever. But I just think it really depends on the income. It depends on the individuals, and it depends on what type of bills it is that they have. Now, when it comes to household bills, of course, both parties should have to pitch in on that. Now, any bills outside of that, then is that to me, to a certain extent, depending on what it is, it should be that person's responsibility. That's like if we have credit cards. If you go and max out your credit card, I don't think it's my responsibility to pay your credit card. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I have my own credit cards that I need to pay.
Okay.
So that's just my view. But I mean, I might be a little biased because I haven't really been in like a serious type relationship to know how to separate the bills. So I don't know.
I do.
Who's that, Brandon?
So this is Mr. New York.
This is not Brandon. This is New York, aka
Hey, New
Michael
York.
Jordan. What's
Uh-huh.
going on? Um,
Nothing.
Sorry, I'm a little
So,
late. I was supposed to be on a podcast, on my own podcast, and it didn't happen. So here I am. I was able to jump in here.
okay, so the question was, what are your personal views on 50-50 financial relationships in your own words?
Does that even exist these days?
I don't know. And I mean,
That's
it's
the
based off
question.
what you feel.
Let me say it like this. Take somebody who was married for 16 years at one point. Who came? It was that long at that time. Um, when we say 50-50, Step said something. Shout out my cousin Step, walk in the building. She said something that is going on out here, period, heavy. You can say 50-50, but that person may be making, let's say you're making 50,000, the other person making 120,000. Well, they 50 versus your 50 gonna be two different 50s. So my thing is this: instead of saying do 50-50, if you're putting your money together, the whole, which a lot of people not doing, they're not putting all their money together in the whole pot. It's cool, it's fine. But if you put all your money together, the whole pot, then that means all of the collected together should be y'all money, and whatever goes toward bills, whatever goes towards savings, whatever goes toward this, and the rest that's left over should be split 50-50. But it don't go that way because of this time and day and this economy. One of the things that Steph said that I had did at one point, paid the mortgage, or she paid the other little bills, or she paid the mortgage, she made more, paid other little bills. Tried that. After a while, it goes to somebody's head. I'm all down for 50-50, but after latest time and days, I don't believe that it will happen like that because you have a lot of people that are paying attention to social media and thinking, especially, I hate to say, especially women paying attention to social media and thinking that it shouldn't be like that. I've seen women say that, hey, why should I be paying 50-50? And I got a man for that. That man should be paying 80 and I should be 20, or that man should be paying all of it to keep my money to myself.
But I'm sorry, can I jump in for a second, Mike?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get what you're saying. Now, it was a point that was brought up to me, and I'm going to use something that I heard the other day. Was sometimes when you're in a relationship and you're 50-50, it's more like you have a roommate than a man, right?
Right. I've heard that one too. I was just about to say that.
Also, what you got to realize is sometimes, okay, we might be talking about finances 50-50, but part of the relationship is also like, is the relationship going to be 50-50? Like, y'all gonna go half on the groceries, half on, cleaning the house, half on laundry. Like, are you gonna do all of that? Because you got to put that into perspective too. Because even though you may be working money, it's still things that need to be taken care of that don't require money. It may require time, it may require energy, it may require other parts of you that's not necessarily monetary.
Right.
And so what's your question, Steph? Or is there going to be a 50-50 on those things too, right?
Right. Because I mean, at the end of the day, if you're doing 50-50, then that means that you do 50-50 everything. But then once again, when you're doing 50-50 everything, that's almost like you're not really having time to me, to really try to get to be around each other, do things with each other. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, everything is split down the middle. So then when you go to dinner, okay, well, it's a separate ticket. You see what I'm saying?
Not really. With that person, really going the idea of, I know for me, I already know if we're going to dinner, I'm already paying. Not unless you're saying, hey, it's coming out of joint account. So, hey, I'll take care of it this time. I guess for me, I'll be thinking about that, and most of us real men out here ain't raised that way. We out here just paying for what we paying for, especially if we go on a dinner. If we invite you to go to dinner, in our mind, we already paying.
Okay.
Right.
I don't know, but it's also a difference between just dating and marriage too. So we talking relationships, we talking about dating, talking about marriage. Which one?
Yeah, because I think that that's going to play a role in actually the parts that you actually do too. Because I mean, if you're dating quite naturally, you may start out 50-50, and then as time go on, the man may start taking the bulk of the bills. But even in a dating phase, right off the rip, you ain't gonna date nobody like, oh well, I'm gonna go ahead and pay half your rent. No, we ain't doing it. Especially when you have two separate households.
Right. You know, one thing I wish they would do? Wish they would go back to the old times, just take money away, just do barter trades. You'll see who loves who there.
You say you wish they would do what?
Yeah.
Go back to way in the old days when they take away money and do barter trades, like way before our time. When it was like, I had something you had that you want. What you got, some I want, okay, so we're gonna barter trade.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about.
Basically, if
We live in the country. We go into town. We're taking our crops to town. Okay, I have corn, but you got watermelon. I want the watermelon, but you want my corn. Let's do a trade for it. And if it was to go back to that, this whole money thing wouldn't be such a big issue. And it's sickening sometimes how money
is in between people, and it's more of the people more than money, because money's just a piece of paper. That's all it is. A piece of green, blue paper that can blow up in the wind or burn up. And people put so much value on it to the point they get away from the relationship. And a relationship.
I honestly think that depends on the individual. I think that when people, and this kind of might be jumping off subject a little bit, but when people come into income, sometimes money change people.
Yeah.
But
I was just about to say that.
If you are a humble person, and most of the time, the people that it change are the people that ain't never really had it before. You know what I'm saying? But for somebody that don't know how to appreciate it, in other words. But for somebody that didn't have anything, and then for them to come into money, 9 times out of 10, those people aren't the ones that are changing, or whatnot. But
or is bringing out the person they already are.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Okay, so to bring it back in, I want to kind of recap what we're talking about, which is what is your own ideology on 50-50 financial relationships in your own words. And so, Step, you're saying that you kind of feel like it just depends on the financial situations of both parties.
Mm-hmm.
And MJ, you're basically saying that you feel like pretty much similar to the same, that you feel like it depends on the makeup of the financial relationships, but you also feel like there's no other way around it in today's economy, right? And that you feel like
in a way, yes. And also I want to add to that is there's a lot of pressure put on both sides about this whole 50-50 deal and about relationships with money and all that period, to the point, like I said, I wish it goes back to those old days where you do a barter trade.
right.
Now I will say this, because I know I got to go here in a little bit, because I got 4 other things I have to do. I'm running out. But I want to make sure I jump on this first. My take completely on this, whatever person you're in a relationship with, y'all sit down and really, really talk about it before it even gets to that step. You might have to talk about it ahead of time. If it's somebody you just starting to be serious with, y'all start talking about it ahead of time. Don't wait till the last minute. Start talking about finances. Start talking about this, and don't hide your finances. If you owe student loans for something, please say so. If you owe this for this, please say so. And if you feel a certain way about stuff, how stuff should be spent, please bring it to the forefront. Don't wait till the last
minute. Okay.
And that's my take.
Okay, all right. So what about you, Brandon? What is your ideology on 50-50 financial relationships in your own words?
Man, I think the concept is I don't really understand the concept. Like, what are people saying when they're saying 50-50? Is everything split down the middle completely? Is it the man and the woman, the man is not handling everything, and then there's split financial? I don't understand the whole ideology, to be honest. I think it's kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? I think people make a big deal about it, and it comes from a place of entitlement and selfishness. Because people would be like, well, if we go on 50-50, we just roommates. We ain't, you ain't the man. If we go on 50-50 and you ain't a provider. You ain't really like a dude can't be a leader if he's not paying all the bills. And then it's like, then when you ask the question of, well, what are you going to be doing? Crickets. Or whatever needs to be done. So you ain't gave no thought into what you need to do. It's just all about what he needs to do. And it just gets weird because I feel like relationships, they change all the time. Like sometimes they're gonna be 80-20, sometimes it's gonna be 70-30. Either way, sometimes it's gonna be 50-50. Some like when it comes to finance, you don't know what's gonna happen in y'all life. And I think people should put more importance on who they're with. Is this the person that I need to be with because we're building something? If you building something and you got a goal that y'all trying to get to and y'all mesh with that, y'all got a mission together, all that other stuff don't matter, man. That's my long-winded way of saying I don't even care about 50-50. It's you know who came up with that, right?
Who?
Y'all did.
We came up with the 50-50 concept.
Yeah, y'all started putting percentages on it.
What was it prior?
Mine's always been 80-20, so I don't know what 50-50 come from.
I'm trying to see what was it before, since he said we started it.
Why are we keeping up with percentages?
No, I mean, I'm just kidding, but like you said, like I don't know. To me, when it come to household, I'm the type of person, well, if it got to be paid, it got to be paid. I don't have the time or energy to sit up there and try to hound nobody about no bill money or what need to be done. So if you know the water bill due on the 20th of every month, I don't need to remind you, oh, the water bill due today. What I would do, I'll go ahead and pay it. And I ain't gonna lie, if I'm sitting up there and I'm paying bills and you already know what's due, I'm not trying to be your babysitter. I'm not trying to sit up here and coach you along because you already know the things that need to be done. So eventually what's going to happen is, all right.
Who's doing what? Or
what you mean?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like a conversation about, all right, I got rent and electric, you got water and whatever, car insurance or whatever. Like, is it a conversation that's had beforehand? Because if so, that shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Well, so that's what Mike was saying. He said that he feels like it should be had in the dating phase, so to speak. He was saying he feels like that conversation should be had pre-hand.
Which I totally agree with him on that. But y'all, the only thing is y'all got to realize y'all speaking to somebody that ain't really been in a relationship and going on almost 10 years. So I don't know what it is like to have somebody in the same house to help try to pay no bills.
But you have before, right?
You know how long ago that was?
So,
and the thing is, so before when I did it, what I did was we went half on the rent. And I think I paid the water bill and he paid the electric bill and the internet bill or whatever. Because technically, I mean, at the end of it was his house or whatever. And we were together, or shall I say, I thought we were together, or whatnot. So, you know, the time, the span that I was there, like, I'm like, okay, I'm helping you pay bills. We supposed to be together. But at the end of the day, clearly that wasn't what he wanted. So in a sense, I guess I was kind of used at that time. But needless to say, that was pretty much like the last time I ever shacked like that.
So I would say that was kind of like a 50-50 situation, it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. That's what I was about to say. So my question would be, okay, you said it's been so long since you had anybody help with anything, right?
Right, I even live with anybody too.
So what's your view on 50-50?
What's my view?
Yeah, because I'm late to the convo, man. I'm tardy, man.
I'm
over here doing 100-0. You know what I'm saying? So I was a little tardy. Forgive me, guys. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're fine. But my thing is, I was saying that sometimes I guess it depends on the income that comes in that kind of determine, you know, the 50-50 rule or whatever, or whatnot. Like don't get me wrong. I understand that a man is supposed to be a provider and a man's supposed to do those things. But sometimes, depending on the way the world is and jobs and stuff like that and how it is, it's hard. It's hard. So if we are both making, say, $75,000 a year or whatever, you know, we got household bills and stuff like that. To me, depending on the type of leader he is going to determine if I would be willing to do that. Now, if I see, like, you know, we are trying to, you know, get things done and, you know, maybe 50-50 may be best for us at that moment. Okay, cool. But if I see that we're doing 50-50, but then you out here willy-nilly and with the rest of your money and not trying to get things done for us to get things accomplished to get to where we want to be, then all right, we go renegotiate this.
Okay.
Huh?
I said,
Yeah, I mean, what you mean, depending on what kind of leader he is? Don't you determine that before you get in a relationship with him, or that's just something you just find out kind of?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I know that he's a good leader, I'll be more open to doing 50-50. But of course, you know, if he ain't no good leader, you always want to go to the club every weekend. You want to go get bottles every Friday night. No, babe, we ain't even about to do this. For one, like you said, I'm not even gonna get in a relationship with you because you already wasteful.
well, see, that's a conversation for another day,
Yeah,
Brandon. Okay,
yeah.
because we all know that we meet people's representatives, right, in that dating phase. So that's a conversation for another day.
That's so unfortunate. That's why I don't date much now these days, man, because I don't even like my representative, so I don't bring him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather be myself and be genuine. And if you don't like me, cool. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the first, you ain't gonna be the last. But it's a lot of people that do, and that's the people I want to attract. So yeah, but you're right. So let's stay on topic. My fault. You know how I can get. You know how I can get. You know how I can get. But yeah, I don't. I think. So what's the right percentage if you're not with the 50-50?
Well, hold up though. Do you feel that 50-50 can be successful though? First, do you feel that can be a successful thing?
Yes.
Why?
Because the success of a relationship depends on the people in the relationship wanting it to work and working towards what makes it work. It ain't got nothing to do with 50-50 and all these other things that people make it these days. Like you can't even take folk to the Cheesecake Factory no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting weird out here. You know what I'm saying? 50-50 absolutely can work if that's what's best for those two people.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What about you, Seb? Can it work?
Yeah, just like he said, I just think that when it comes to percentages or anything like that, it just depends on the two individuals involved. No two percentages may work for the same two people. Like, it just depends on, you know, what you're trying to accomplish, what you got going on. What is it that, you know, y'all want to do? Because if you think about it, just imagine if a woman was a breadwinner and, you know, the husband wasn't making as much. Okay, of course, you know, that may not be 50-50 because she may take on the bulk of the bills. So I just think it depends on the individuals at the end of the day.
What about, are you willing, Brandon, to do any other percentages, basically? So are you willing to do 100% if you're in a relationship with someone and they said 100% for you? Is that something that you would visit?
100% financially? I mean, if I got it like that, yeah, I don't mind. But I ain't finna do 100% of everything in a relationship. No, what we doing? What we together for?
Okay.
But financially, just like taking care of bills, and things of that nature. Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. I really, to be honest with you, from the things that I've gone through in my life, I would actually prefer it that way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I would prefer it that way because I'm looking at it like, okay, I want to have all of that pressure on me. Okay. Because to be honest, I don't want to hear nobody mouth later. And I'm the one that that's I've had experiences to where it just I'd rather have it all on me if possible. You know what I'm saying? I've met some really cool people. I don't know what they're like in relationships yet. You know what I'm saying? But just from circumstances, it makes it difficult, like to actually explore that. But even if I was to get in a relationship with one of these people, they got the kind of I'm trying not to make this sound bad, but it's gonna sound whatever.
Straight.
Yeah, like they got to kind of get with what I got going on in my program. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, not meaning they got to do what I say, but like, hey, I'm over here, man. I got 3 kids over here. You know what I'm saying? They doing their best to be quiet right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't about all that whining and dining and representative, all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there's going to be any money spent on your side, I don't want it to be towards the household. So I want to get myself to a certain place where I can create a comfortable household for you. You feel what I'm saying? Because like, I know how it can be. Like, to be honest, y'all don't want to pay nothing when y'all with a man. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to be able to do
Look,
it.
he about to sit at my table now. See.
If you, I mean, let's just be 100. Let's just be 1,000, 1 million about it. Y'all want to spend y'all money when you want to, and you don't want to have to spend money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. You feel what I'm saying? And you're not wrong for feeling that way. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be realistic all the time. You know what I'm saying? But hell, I want to do the same thing. I just can't. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, but just keeping it 100. So if I can keep that out of being a conversation that me and my woman has, that's what I would want to do. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, if something happened, fall on hard times or something of that nature, you know what I'm saying? She'll do what she got to do, type deal. But if I can keep that pressure off her back, you know what I'm saying? Now, like, I'm not doing it in the sense of like a obligation. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think we all should contribute, and not just financially. We should all do housework. We should all do stuff with the kids. We should all do. It's that's why the percentages mess me up, and it's always just based on financial stuff. And I'm like, man, it takes so much more in a relationship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my spiel. My fault.
Okay.
I get long-winded, April. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I need more friends.
I have no complaint. What about you, Steph? He's silly.
What about me as far as what?
Do you feel like they can be successful? A 50-50 financial relationship, do you feel like it can be successful? Yes or no? And if
I think that, go ahead.
No, I was going to say why or why not.
I honestly just once again think that it's just based on the individuals. Anything can be successful if you really put your mind to it and work towards it. It's all about what you pretty much make out of it. For the most part. Now, don't get me wrong. Piggybacking off of Brandon, if I'm gonna tell you this, and this is just my perspective of me being a woman, if I had a man that was to do 100%.
Right, and all of this is personal perspectives, guys. So this is just, not selling it on anybody else, but this is how you personally feel for your life.
Right. So if I was to be in a relationship and the man was to pay 100% of the bills, me personally, even though I'm a woman, yeah, I want to spend my money where I want to spend my money, but I will honestly look for other ways to try to help him, even though he may not need the help, simply because of the type of person that I am. It's all fine and dandy, and then like he said, if he fall on hard times or whatever, depending on the type of woman, even if he was to fall on hard times, spend 100% of the bills, the right woman with him would be right there to pick him up when he falls.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess once again, when it comes to the percentages or whatever, you looking at 100-0. Okay, you got this lady to help pick you up. But then when you're doing 50-50 and one of y'all fall, y'all already at 50-50. So what, you gonna give them another 25% of your other 50? So you gotta. So then it's like, and then like he said,
whatever's necessary if to make this thing work, man.
You said what, Brent? I didn't hear you.
I said, yeah. If we about that life, if we really about making this thing work, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever I got, like, because 50-50 don't necessarily, like, really, okay, it's the same amount of percentage. So if it's 100-0 and then it's 50-50, it's the same amount of money. It's just one is coming from one source and then the other is two people putting in. So you mean to tell me right now, if somebody was the come into your life and y'all kicking it, I won't even say somebody come into your life. If the government right now put out an incentive, hey, we'll pay 50% of your bills if you sign this document right here and say we'll pay it for a year. Everybody be doing it. Y'all would jump to do it.
Sign a document saying what, though?
Sure would. Huh?
Sign a document saying what, though?
A document saying that you're going to vote this year and we'll pay 50, something simple, not something like you signing your life away. Just something simple.
Okay.
You'll be like, sure.
Okay, but Brady, okay, now not being funny, but to be honest with you, who wouldn't do that? Like, if you really sit up here and think about the way things are, okay, so
I for sure would do it.
Yeah, you darn right. I'm darn sure gonna do it too. So,
but when it comes to relationships, 50-50 is a problem for some reason.
You said it's a problem?
Yeah, but when you're signing a document, that's like a gift.
Right.
Okay. I think we can look at it the same way when we're in a relationship.
Hold on, Brandon.
That person ain't got to do that.
Listen, but you talking about a document where you doing 50-50, the government paying your half of your bills. That ain't no man you got to deal with, no woman you got to deal with, and you still scot-free. You still, can be by yourself. So you can't necessarily
that ain't nobody you got to look in their face every day.
Yeah.
Picking up their stinky shoes.
That's true.
Washing their socks.
But why would you be with somebody you don't want to deal with on a daily? I mean, I get you, because I'm right now, I have a problem with people invading my space. Like I love my space right now. Like,
okay.
If I think about getting a girlfriend, I'd be like, ugh. She gonna want to do shit. Like,
that's my thought process.
And I'm like, oh man, like, what you doing that for? Why are you watching that? Let's watch this movie. You want to go to the movies? No. Why not? We don't ever do anything. Oh my God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be stuff that you gotta do in a relationship. That's like, I don't want to do it. Like, why can't I just not do it? Like, but it's also a thing where I do want that companionship as well. So I just got to find somebody that understands the balance of long as you give me my alone time and you ain't got to be in my face all the time, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me miss you. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to be up under you all the time. You know what I'm saying? But that seems to be what a lot of people want these days. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I got stuff to do. You know what I mean? Like, I got stuff to do. And I don't need. Huh?
I just think that's so funny because I literally feel the same exact way.
Yeah.
But
there ain't nothing wrong with feeling like that either.
Okay, so with the 50-50, okay, of course you have to be up under the same roof. So considering
how you like your me time, you like your space, and so forth. Like, there's no way that will be able to work with two households, for one.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, I won't say it's no way, but it'll be different. It'll definitely be different. It'll be like, why are we doing it?
But okay, so if you saying if it's two households and y'all doing 50-50, so y'all paying half the bills at each other's house?
No, I wouldn't have it that way. That's why I said, like, if I had my preference is I would be financially responsible for everything. You know what? Let me preface that. I won't preface that. I would want to be 100% responsible for our bills. I don't want to be 100% responsible for everything, because if you bring in a $600 car payment and you want me to pay it, like I wasn't with you when you signed for that car. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want the insurance. Is another $400. That's $1,000 for a car. I wouldn't even do that, and I wouldn't even advise the woman that I'm with to do that unless we got hella bread. So in that case, you know, so I don't want to pay your student loan debt. I don't want to pay none of that. I don't even want to pay your cell phone bill. You know what I'm saying? Because you won't let me go through your phone. If you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm paying, you know what I'm saying? So you pay the bill. You know what I'm saying? If I'm paying the bill, nigga, I can go through the phone if I want to go through the phone. I'm not saying I would do that, but I'm just saying for principle's sake. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So 100% of what's necessary for the family, I would love to be in a situation where I can handle that. Just simply because I'd rather it don't be on my back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It just works better that way, in my opinion. But 50-50 with the right-minded person works great. Great.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Brandon. I understand that, and maybe you did answer this and I might have missed it. So I understand that you're saying that you would want that responsibility to be on your back 100%. So what would be your expectations from her?
For one, I don't really deal in expectations like that. So I would expect her to continue doing whatever it is that attracted me to her in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Just be a normal adult.
Okay, so what would
and really have myself in my back. Huh?
What would you want her to bring to the table?
Bring to the table whatever it is that I saw in her in the first place. Like if I'm with her, I saw she was doing something that I saw of value anyway. Keep doing that. And keep having my back. It's like being a boxer and having a cut man in your corner. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need to hear your mouth when I'm out there fighting it out, boxing it. You know what I'm saying? But when I go to the corner, man, you know what I mean? Patch me up. You know what I mean? Say, hey man, when you jabbing with the left, he's stepping to the right. So try to counter with the boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the person that trains with me too. So you know what I mean? It's like having
an encourager, right? Someone who's loving and caring and supportive and all of those things.
Of course.
So the things that you fell in love with upon your initial meet.
Exactly. Like just keep being you. Like and just have my back. Like if I gotta, I'm like, hey man, let me get $60, bro. I don't all the bills paid, but shoot, I'm running low. Let me get that. Or I'd rather just have a joint account. And hey, any purchase over $100, we need to speak about. But other than that, get some money out there if it's money enough, and get what you want and what you need. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that work for people. Like, I just don't want to make things complicated. You know what I mean? Like things don't have to be complicated. So I expect her. I don't expect her to have Sunday dinner cooked every day and all that kind of stuff that people make it. But if she does, best believe I would love it. You know what I'm saying? Just be you, whatever attracted me to you in the first place. Because if I decide to be with you, especially these days, in my ripe age, you best believe you add some kind of value to my life. So just keep doing that. Have my back. Don't leave me high and dry when things is not going so good. Really be into me. Really love me. That's all I want. I don't care about the rest of that stuff, man. That stuff will carry you through so much. Just love. Just loving somebody. That'll carry you through all kind of problems. You won't even be, you'll forget how to count. Talking about 50-50.
No, you won't. You ain't gonna
No,
forget how to count. You won't. Right.
You won't.
You can't put "I love
won't.
you" on a check and send it.
You sure okay.
No, but if you got money in your pocket and I don't, you can put that money on that check
You
and send it,
can.
and not act like I did you something. Hey, you supposed to be the man. Why you ain't?
Well, that ain't
You
the
know what I'm
mature
saying?
way
You
to
can do
deal
that.
with it. I don't agree. I believe that it depends on the maturity of both parties involved. Now, going back to what you said about like having a joint checking account, I think that's an amazing idea. You know, where you guys have this joint account and you guys dump a portion of your paychecks in that joint account, and that covers bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That covers gas and vacation, you know, things like that. And then
Yeah.
you may keep 30% of your paycheck in your pocket for, say, if you want to go to a concert, or, you know, you might want to buy cigars, you know what I'm saying, for your own personal
Right.
use.
No, straight up. Yeah.
I think
My OG
that
taught me
works.
that.
Yeah, you know, that works, I feel. Because I don't feel like you should
Yeah.
always have to check in. Yeah, I do need some toiletries. You think I can get some money, versus being able to already have that at your fingertips.
Yeah. I remember back in the days, man, when the dudes just bring all their money home and give it to the woman. I bet y'all would
Right.
love that now. You would love that, ain't it? Ain't it
It's
still?
the
You love
same
that.
thing as the joint checking
Yeah.
account, though. It's just a new age way of doing it.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. That's a
Look,
good way to look at it.
I mean, if he bring it to the house, one thing he ain't got to worry about is not ever having anything. I know that much.
You see what I'm
Whatever
saying?
he needs.
Because you know we gonna check that check in
Hey.
that checking account when it hit.
Oh, wait a minute. You work such
And we
such
doing that
hours?
math on that thing.
Yeah, that's one thing y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna know how much money he got, but yeah, I know how it go, man. I done seen all kind of stuff. I done seen all kind of stuff, man. I know how it go.
But boils down to the
all right.
maturity, though, right? Both people are mature enough. We know we clocking in, and we know we have goals to obtain. So we're trying to make a certain amount of money to keep our normal household going, and to have goals to have a new, you know, whatever new we decide that we may want later.
Mm-hmm.
To build our family and to build, you know, to reach our goals and get the things that we want.
So if y'all building right, and you want that new whatever, and because y'all say y'all like leaders and providers and things of that nature, all this comes with it. And you like, but we got the money for it, and he's like, nah, it's not a good purchase right now. Get something more in this price range. You bucking? Or you gonna say, okay?
No, I mean, like I said, if he's leader and he say it's not a good purchase right now, it's because either he knows something that I don't know, or either, you know, it's just the fact like he just feels like it's not a good investment at that time. So I'll respect that. Now the thing is, if he was like, okay, well, maybe we can get something in this price range. No, I don't think I want that. I'll wait a little while longer to see if we can get that what I really, really want. Because if I get something I don't want, then guess what? We're gonna be in the same predicament again, trying to go get what I really, really want. So I just wait it out until it's time for us to.
Y'all need a car though. Y'all need a car. Y'all down to one car. The other car is kaput. The transmission blew, and it ain't worth fixing. So it's well, y'all need a car, and since the car y'all had is now the older version, he said he'll take that and get you something new. because we like our women to be in the better car. So is that kind of situation. You gonna wait it out?
No, I mean, if we gotta have something, I'll follow his judgment. Because at the end of the day, I think men, depending on the man, they know more about vehicles than I do. To a certain extent. So I'll be willing to follow his judgment or his lead.
Okay. That was just a question, because like I hear a lot of stuff about, we talking about 50-50. I hear a lot of things like they'll ask something of the woman and she'll be like, yeah, I'll be like and I know April, don't get on me. It's a topic for another day, I know. But just go there with me for a second.
Okay.
Submission. They'll be like, yeah, I'll be submissive if he doing all this, that, and the third. And it's like,
But that's not a topic for another day, really, though, because that kind of sinks in, Brandon, with that.
It's like, either you are this kind of person or not. That's the way I look at it. Because like as a man, we don't have the luxury of saying, yeah, I'll be a provider and a leader if long as she be submissive. You know what I'm saying? We have to be that if we're that. You know what I'm saying? Like if we have to be already what the other party is looking for. I don't understand why it's not the same for you guys.
So, in my opinion, when you say, for instance, if you have someone that you're going 50-50 with, y'all are 50-50 financially. So I'm not talking about the other things in the house, financial only.
Yeah.
We're going 50-50 financially, right? And so, in my opinion, that submission gets a little sketchy, right? Because I'm gonna start kind of looking at you in this roommate zone.
Oh, you froze on me.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start kind of looking at you as a roommate a little bit. Right?
Why?
Because we're 50-50. So basically, I'm looking at you like a roommate.
So a dude got to pay you to be the woman that you should be.
What is the woman I should be?
I don't know. The woman that's going to attract the man you want.
So I have to pay 50% of your bills to be the woman I should be for you?
It's his bills now. It's not our bills now. It's 50% of his bills.
It just depends on the situation. So say if we buy a house.
I told you I ain't paying no student
loans.
I'll
take it a step back. If we buy a house and say the house is $2,000 and we agreed that we each pay $1,000. Right? We each pay $1,000.
Okay.
Say I made $50,000, he may make $100,000. But I still have agreed to pay $1,000, he pays $1,000. He already makes more than me, right?
Right.
I'm still putting myself in this predicament to pay 50-50 because he wants a 50-50 relationship.
Okay.
So
when he can't get a sandwich on.
He might can get a sandwich, but it ain't gonna be.
It ain't gonna be a good. He gonna slap the bologna.
You know what I'm saying?
He can get a bologna sandwich. He can't get one of the good.
Everybody gonna eat together now. We all gonna eat. But
no,
when
I ain't talking about at dinner time. I'm talking about it's like 11:30 at night. Y'all watching something on TV, and he like, hey, you fix me one of them sandwiches you be doing, and you don't feel like doing it. You gonna think about that $1,000 you pay on that rent and be like, I might not. You get your mama to get you a sandwich, nigga. I ain't gonna get you
It's gonna be like, is he a good man? If we're only talking about money, it's gonna cause a problem for me, right? But if we're talking about other attributes, like what type of man he is he honest? Is he caring? Is he supportive? You know, is he helping around the house? Is he a great father? Is he a great citizen? You know, all that stuff can turn your mind around too. But if you're talking straight finances, For me?
But I'm assuming you with a guy like that anyway, because you guys make great choices in your partners. So I'm assuming you're with a guy that has all of those qualities. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm just taking that for granted. You with a good guy, but financially it's just 50-50. He can't get that special sandwich you be making. He's a good man.
If he's a good rounded man and we in this predicament right now where we 50-50 right now.
No, it's not a predicament. This is what you agree. Look, see, that's what I'm saying,
he
man.
can get that
And
sandwich,
that's why I said,
but I'm looking up. I'm trying to get us on another level now, because I'm gonna always be like, babe, we're gonna have to do something about these finances. So we always looking up. I'm looking to come up out of this. But yeah, he can get the sandwich.
Yeah,
that's trying to come up.
You should be looking to come up out of it if he's paying 100. That shouldn't change. That's what I'm saying. Like,
if he's paying 100, I agree with Seth. I feel like the woman is supposed to be a great supporter in all other areas. So if he's 100%, and if he has a vision, and if he has like a dream, I should be having an account on the side to help him reach that vision or that dream. So if he wants his own business, what can we do to get you there? You know, hey, let's try to get that business plan done. If he doesn't want to do anything else but just work.
Yeah, he just work hard and just keep moving up at his job.
Well, then I think then the wife should be in charge of the savings, making sure that you guys have. I don't think it's nothing that y'all shouldn't want for. If he paying 100% of the bills, he shouldn't want for nothing. You shouldn't want for nothing. You should be saving, making sure everybody's provided for in the house.
He gonna want for some stuff paying 100% of the bills.
Right. So I mean, that man should never want no gas money. If he a cigarette smoker, he should never want for that. You know, if y'all want to go on vacation. I mean, we from the South. You know, women pump gas. However, I ain't gonna jump out the car and snatch the gas nozzle from him. Like, if he want to, but we're from the South. We ain't that serious.
Yeah. That is true. That's one thing I do appreciate about a Southern woman. They ain't really hung up. Well, it's getting crazy these days, man. But I'm with you on that. But I just had to check. But I'm just seeing where the mindset is because to me, I really seriously don't think 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 10-90. I really don't think that should be a topic when it comes to relationships. But it's a huge topic nowadays.
It's a huge topic.
It's a huge topic. And it's one-sided. Because there's one party that says 50-50 is a bad thing. And I think they say that because they're selfish and they're entitled. Because so you're saying why not?
Women are selfish and entitled? Is that what you're saying? We're entitled humans?
As a whole? All right. No, I won't say all women are selfish and entitled. But the most prevalent mindset today for Western women is very selfish and entitled. Because why should a man do anything for you? They cannot answer that question, but they say, well, because that's what you're supposed to do as a man. Well, what are you supposed to do as a woman? Well, if you're doing everything you're supposed to do as a man, then I'll do everything I'm supposed to do as a woman. What is that? Whatever is necessary. What are those things? Whatever. I cook, I clean, I clean. Well, you don't cook and clean for yourself? Why should that change? Now that you see what I'm saying? Like it's an entitlement there that's weird. Why are we roommates if we doing 50-50? If you love me and I love you, and I know love don't pay the light bill or the rent and all those things, but ain't that how you got together in the relationship anyway? Unless y'all just together for business purposes, and there ain't nothing wrong with that either. You ain't nothing wrong with a Jay-Z and Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And because I highly doubt that they is super in love. You know what I mean? And being in love is a feeling anyway. Love is an action word. When you love somebody, you committing yourself to that person. It's not working.
Okay.
Oh, to get it started. Okay. Like, that's why men, right? For the most part, I'm gonna do a generalization here. Y'all can crucify me for it. Because I got my hair cut and I got some confidence today. So
Okay.
women, their love is conditional. A man, when he loves you, it's a sacrificial type love. That's why when guys be, when they in love with a woman, they be tore up about it. I don't want, because it make you feel vulnerable. It make you feel weak. It make you feel like, oh man, like she get on my nerves, but I die for this mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a give your life love. It's a love of, like, women don't think about a man like that. You ain't giving your life for no man.
Some will.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting. Some will. You doing it? You ain't
Some
giving your life for no
will.
man.
It
I've
depends.
loved
Some will.
It
like I
depends
would've
on the
Some will.
death. And some will.
It
Yeah.
depends on the death.
The depth of the
See, we don't
relationship.
get a
Some
choice.
definitely will.
We don't get a choice. We don't get a choice. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's a somebody banging on your door. Who you looking at? Who got to get up and see about that?
If you got a man, he need to go see about it.
that part.
He got to go see about it. You on a cruise ship and the ship going down. Who stay on the boat?
Listen, we
The
ain't
way
talking
you
about
got
what
to
happened in 1913 now.
No, man, cruise ships go down every day.
If a cruise ship
Something
go
happens.
down
There's
now,
some kind of
who gonna be
tragedy.
on the ship now though? Some men probably
Huh?
gonna be on there too, right? If it was to
On
go
what, on
down
the ship?
now, yes.
If we go down, who and it's a limited number of lifeboats. Who's staying on the ship?
I think in today's society, men and women gonna be on them
Stay with 'em.
lifeboats. I really believe that men will be leaving women on
Yeah,
that
because
cruise ship in today's
we don't wised up
society.
now. It ain't no benefit in it no more. So yeah, move over, nigga. We going together. We both gonna live. Well, you know what I'm saying? We don't. I'd argue with you the whole trip, and now you want me to just die on this boat? Nigga, me to move over. You know what I'm saying? Move over. We in this thing together. But no, on some real stuff, like, you expect men to go down on the boat and let the women and children live, right?
I have no
You expect,
expectations.
huh?
I don't have any expectations, but you can accept because I'm in a
All right,
phase
well,
where
you
I don't
stay
have
on the
any
ship then, and
expectations.
I'll get your spot. You know what I'm saying? You stay on the ship, and I'll get your spot with the kids. How you looking
I
at me
don't
now?
think it would shock me.
Huh?
I wouldn't be
I don't care about the
surprised.
shock factor. I don't care about the shock factor. You say you ain't got no expectations. So, all right, I put it this way. You gonna say, "No, I'll take the kids. I'm gonna stay with my husband."
Somebody
No.
gotta live me or you with the kids now. You can't say all that.
No, they with their grandparents because it was a family trip.
No.
So, and auntie them, they got them.
Somebody got a
You ain't going
parent
down
gotta
with
go.
them?
A parent gotta go. Me or you. One gotta go though.
Why? You know who
Somebody
gonna
gotta be
go?
with the kids.
You know who gonna go? You gonna go. You gotta go with the kids. And all of the other families, they got to go. They women and children got to go too, so that we can figure out a solution in peace and quiet.
Really?
I don't know,
got nothing.
Steph, I don't know. Because I just feel like when a woman truly is in love with her husband, Steph, correct me if I'm wrong, you're gonna try to figure out a way to get your husband on that ship too.
Oh yeah, you go.
And when he go down, it ain't gonna sit right with you. If you have to lose your spouse, it ain't gonna sit right with you for the rest of your life.
Look, if you gotta make him look like a woman, you gonna do what you got to do.
So you about as ruined as he is. You done died with him. You just an empty shell. You're basically just an empty shell living on earth if you were truly in love with your husband.
Right.
You just living for the kids, just to raise the children.
You'll make it. You'll make it, man. Women strong as hell, man. She'll make it. She'll make it if she do that. But I get what you're saying, and I feel that way too. That's just not the society that we live in these days. Mm-hmm. That is just not happening. You know what I'm saying? That's just because how I'm gonna expect you to die with me or figure out a way to get me on the ship, and you complain about paying half the rent. We can't get over half the rent.
That but ain't a complaint, though. It's not a complaint. That's an automatic expectation. So, like you said, at a dating phase, y'all already have that out of the way before you even probably move in with that person. Before y'all go in together to buy something or move in together, y'all already know what's going to be what with each other, right? After you get past the representative, when you get down to the nitty-gritty of the dating, you already know what you want. That's why it does depend on the individual setup of the relationship.
Yeah.
So you already know what's gonna go and what ain't gonna go. And so then when you get to the point where you on a cruise ship, you all ride or die. You know, we ride what we doing. We ride or die at that point.
Right.
Yeah. He done proved to me he gonna pay all the bills. So yeah. We Cause I ain't gonna go home and pay these bills myself. Let me sneak this on this boat.
This is the thing. If he get hurt on that ship and we go home and he disabled, who got to pay the bills then? I'm gonna ride for him.
Life
we
insurance.
Riding it out. No, he might. I ain't say he died, Brandon. God, dog, you done killed the man.
Okay. Oh, you said like he's like messed up, like he like injured.
Yeah.
Wait, that'll be a lawsuit.
That would be a lot. That would be a lot to deal with.
Process. You know what I'm saying? So you have to ride for yours. You're gonna have to ride for the family.
But you gotta think about that kind of stuff when you in a relationship. Like I wouldn't, if this is my wife and I love her, will it make life tough and hard? Yes, it's gonna make it a lot harder, man. You know what I'm saying? Having to do everything for another human being. You feel what I'm saying? Like, especially somebody that like it wasn't expected. You know what I mean? It's like, but what I'm gonna do? Get rid of her? Like, no, I love her. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wouldn't be like I wouldn't look at it like, oh, another burden. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you're gonna be like Shawty on what's the Tyler Perry show where she had the man in the bathtub doing him dirty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. But you know, my review on all this is, I just think relationships ain't really built on real stuff no more. And it's about who can get what from who.
Some relationships.
Some what?
Right? Not all. Some.
Well, that's understood. That's understood. You know what I'm saying? I won't even say some. I'm gonna say most relationships these days, new relationships, they ain't built on real stuff. You know what I'm saying? When the last time you had a relationship that was built on something real? You know what I'm saying? People don't know how to be. You just said that when we dating people representatives.
For a portion, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know how to be real. They don't know how to be honest. They don't know how to, like, you know how many girls I done told, nah, I can't mess with you. I ain't no good for you, girl. I'm gonna mess you up. And they, no, what? How you know I won't mess you? How you know that? Like, nah, man, I'm gonna corrupt you, man. You a good girl. I'm not saying I'm a bad guy, but you know what I'm saying? I'd have been off the porch, you know what I mean? So like, I can't really deal with you because I want you to be pure for somebody else pure. You know what I'm saying? I could say that about myself.
And they
you know what I'm saying? I don't have to say no representative. I could tell people that I'm an a-hole. I'm a very loving person, but you better leave me alone if I tell you like leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Or you will see a different side. I'm gonna say something real smart, and you gonna be like, why you say that? Well, I told you leave me alone for a little bit. Let me be. Like, golly. You know what I mean? But I wanted to talk. Well, it ain't all about you. I'll say that. I'm the type of person that'll say that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also the same.
It's some women out there, Brandon, that'll take 100% too now. Like you said, that you feel like you would want to be 100%. Would you accept a woman giving 100% financially?
Whoa. I don't think I would and then this is part of my trauma. This is part of my trauma. But I don't think I would do that. It'd have to be very short term. Very short term. And I still might not even do it then. I'd just rather struggle because I don't want nothing held back over my head, man. I don't want nothing held over my head. That's got to be a special like
you and genuinely for you, she will not hang anything over your head. It's a partnership.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Like if I could tell it's just like it's genuinely, if it's super genuine, I would have to fight some demons, but I would do it. You know what I'm saying? If it's super, that's her heart. You know what I'm saying? I would still have to deal with my pride and my ego. See how I can admit that? I would still have to deal with that.
I mean, but do you feel less than a man?
Yep.
Why?
Sure do. Because of how society has raised me. Because
but society
is going
so much.
Oh no, sir. Look, he about to get it out. Go ahead, keep it going, cause I'm listening for it. Keep it going, cause what?
What?
You was about to explain because of how society has raised you and something else.
Yeah, because that's how we our mindset. You feel what I'm saying? Like we are kind of raised to not like you look down upon in society when that's a thing. Your woman paying everything, your woman doing everything. People look at you as not a man. Like, and frankly, it's a part of you. I don't know if it's because of society and how it's raised. Part of you're gonna feel like not a man too.
Yeah, but is it society or
unless
is it our
it's
moral
an
compass?
agreement, unless you leave the agreement. Like I got an uncle, and he ain't no punk by any means. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no weak man by any means. But him and his wife came up with that exact agreement. It was him that did it. But he wanted to be the one.
She was 100%, or was he?
She was 100% financially.
Okay.
And he said he was gonna raise the kids. Like he wanted to be super involved with his kids. Because he felt like, I don't know why I didn't talk to him about it like in depth. I probably should. But that is one relationship. It works for them.
Okay.
It works. And she don't treat him bad. He's still the man. You know what I'm saying? What he says is you know what I'm saying? He's still the man, but I don't know if I can do that.
Okay, but my thing, when you say society won't know what goes in your household unless you share it. Who else is gonna know? He's paying 100%. Who else is gonna know other than you two, unless y'all share
it? Nobody.
Exactly.
Nobody would know.
That woman is still treating you like the man and not, trying to bring you down or anything like that. What difference does it make?
I'm not disagreeing with you, Steph. I'm just saying it would be hard for me to do.
He's been groomed up not to do it. And so that's why most women you deal with have been groomed up to accept that 100%.
That part.
Yeah. Yeah, but they've been groomed up in a it's more of a fantasy for them. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You know, I had to tell my daughter the other day about we was talking about men and women and boys and girls and stuff like that. And I was telling her like that I love them all the same and I treat them the same, but I'm a little different with her than I am with my sons. And she asked me why. And I was like, I have to be a little harder on them because the world's going to be harder on them. Because nobody, I mean, it's hard out here for men, bro. Like, nobody cares about men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes down to it, like, we ain't got nobody to talk to because if we share too much, we being too emotional and sensitive. We can't cry because we're being too emotional and sensitive and weak. We have to take the brunt of the world and not complain. We don't have like, you know what I'm saying? That's a side of men that y'all I'm pretty sure y'all see it because y'all both are very, you know what I'm saying, wise women, but actually going through it and living in a world like that, you have to be prepared for it because you don't have an outlet. And I even gave her an example. I was like, see, you could complain about how hard life is, right? If you having a tough time with this, that, and the third, whatever. I was like, but if a man or me, if I'm always complaining about how tough things are, what you gonna think? And she was like, oh yeah, because people gonna start saying he weak. I'm like, so you 13 years old and you can see that. I was like, just remember that. Because that's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I don't even like using the term single parent or single father or nothing like that. I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? I ain't asked for no money. I ain't threatened to put nobody on no child support. I don't complain about how hard it is and how difficult it is. I love it actually. Like, why not? I'd rather have my kids than them be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that. I don't have no complaint about it. So it's hard for me to see why it's so hard on the other side. Why it's so like, I'm doing it by myself. You got to wave your flag of single motherhood, and I'm just doing it all by myself, and it's tough. But I could do it myself, but I shouldn't have to do it myself. And I'm like, bro, this is life. But see, men are brought up to do that, and like you said, women are not. So it works. It don't always work in your favor either. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's a tough world, and sometimes nobody want to hear that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody want to hear it. But we just understand from the woman's perspective. Are you capable? Yes, but a man should be there. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. People be like, I always feel like these my kids. They came from me.
You saying that's your personal views on it?
No, that's actual science and nature. They came from me. I have the seed.
Okay.
I gave the seed. So they my kids. Not saying that they're only my kids, but fathers are kind of like pushed to the back burner. And that's my way of pushing them to the front. Like, nah, they was my kids first. I had them in me. And I put them in fertile soil, and then they grew to become, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my way of saying fathers who don't feel like they have a responsibility, that's my call to them to say, no, you do have a responsibility to be there. And that's my call to women who think that fathers are not important. That's my way of saying, no, we're very important, because
Trying to
them
make us
kids
shut up.
wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
That's agreed.
You said what? You told
I
me to shut
say,
up.
no, I said you having a shout out moment. You doing your little shout out for fathers right now.
Yeah, man. Because where we gonna get it from? Where we gonna get it from, Ava? Where we gonna get it from? Where we gonna get it from?
I celebrate
Look in the
fathers.
camera. Where are we going to get
I
it from?
celebrate
I mean,
fathers.
you know, yeah,
We
good.
can't even have Father's Day. We can't even have Father's Day.
Oh my.
They telling mamas Happy Father's Day. We can't even have Father's Day.
Well, okay, so I know this is so way off topic.
Yes,
but
I'm about to
you
tell
gotta
you, don't follow Brandon up because he's trying to take it there.
because our show was about to go in.
we
Go
gonna
ahead,
have
man.
look, we're gonna put a pin in this conversation because you're talking to some single mothers on here. So we're gonna talk about this.
Well,
Yeah.
so let me tell you this.
I'm a single father.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
now I have Brandy just jumped on and she's gonna give her views on the topic too about the 50-50 from her perspective.
Okay.
Well, I was just I'm in late, so I don't know exactly what's been said.
I messed
However,
up the whole conversation, Brandy. I messed it all up. Go ahead.
but my perspective is, it would be nice for a guy to pay 100% of the bills. However, in today's society and the way things are set up, it's kind of hard to lean on one person in their income. However, like I was talking to April earlier today, it's like if I gotta work a full-time job, and you gotta work a full-time job, we're gonna have to split everything down the middle. So you don't come in here and expect me to cook every day. This is just something that we're gonna have to come together and we're gonna split everything down the middle. It ain't gonna be just, oh, you cook, you take care of the kids, I just take out the trash. Mm-hmm. No, we're gonna all have, a 50-50 participation in whatever we do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. And with the economy, but at the end of the day, we as humans are so, and then the society that we live in right now, we so used to doing it by ourselves. A lot of times people they're not getting married. They just living single, depending upon themselves. And so you don't really see a lot of people married. You see that in the old days where people are married and the husbands are taking care of 100% of the bills. We done got out of that in this society, in this day and age.
Get ready.
How do we get there? How did that happen?
Well, I think at the end of the day, it's just like, hard to say. It's hard to be blunt and say this, but at the end of the day, a lot of times men aren't pushed to step up. They're allowed to lay around. They're allowed to, stay on somebody. Those type of relationships. There's a whole lot of men that's out there.
But so, Brandon, you asked, you said, how did it get there?
Huh?
You said, how did it get there?
Yeah.
So this is my personal opinion. My personal opinion is the fact that growing up, a lot of men's working in the home. For one. Two, is the fact that a lot of parents or single mothers was raising single daughters or whatever. Then you also got to look at that sense of women wanting to feel like they're wanted or desired or needed by somebody. Okay, so when you get to that point, now you're already messing with their self-esteem, their confidence, and all of that. So when women get to that point to where they're feeling like they are wanting or needing that thing, they're willing to sacrifice and accept whatever it is that they can find. Then from that standpoint, nowadays, women can't raise a man because a woman don't know how to be a man. Okay. Then these boys are just picking up whatever these little things is that they can pick up, however, whatever. Oh, I'm gonna go lay over here, lay over here, lay over there. The girl get caught up in whatever it is that they're doing. So now all of a sudden, this dude got 3 girls. He can lay his head at any time of night, and they all know about each other. But because they want to feel like they got somebody, they're not gonna do nothing. They're gonna take care of him. One girl gonna try to outdo the other girl, but hey, well, I let him hold my car. Or hey, oh, I gave him my tax check. Or you know what I'm saying? So it's not like we're holding the men responsible for the things that be responsible for anymore.
Right.
So that's my personal opinion on how it got there. We're not making men be men anymore. But then again, you got to think about it. Men want men now too. So we doomed.
Where y'all finding these dudes?
What?
Where y'all find these dudes
Well,
at, man?
that's the days that we living in. No. That's the days that we living in at this moment. So the younger people that's living today, that is what they're experiencing. Now, this generation that we're in, we almost 40. We ain't living like that. But some of us not living like that. Majority of us not living like that. But that is true for today's age. You said a mouthful right there, Steph. I tell you one thing. Like, I'm just blown away about how the lifestyles and the values that people have these days, because it's none. There's no values. There's no morals. They just do any and everything to please the world.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's sad.
Right.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very
true. But the generation that we come from is totally different from the generation that's here today.
It is, Brandon, but if you think some of them done fell into that too, because they realize how easy it is, and then some men tend to get younger girls because you can mold them. If you think
about doing what you want to do,
find an individual as ourselves, because they're gonna be like, oh, I can't get her to do what I want her to do.
I mean, sometimes dudes don't want to argue.
Well, that's true too. They don't want to argue.
Really always argue.
You could be so strong-minded to where it's like, hey, man, you ain't got to show your strength right now. We just talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to be Maya Angelou or Harriet Tubman right now. Like, calm down a little bit. We just having a discussion, and then you want to throw up all kind of stuff that don't matter, and it's like, okay, it's not where I was going with the conversation, but and then if you say something smart like I would probably do, then I'm the bad guy. And like, sometimes you don't want to go through all that. Sometimes you want to have somebody that's gonna listen.
I mean, a woman can still be strong-minded yet have an open ear.
Very much so, they can. I know a lot of them.
Right. That comes with that mature woman.
Them the only kind of women I keep in my life, to be honest with you.
Because you know what I'm saying? When you're strong-minded and immature, you tend to pop off and say all kinds of craziness, right?
Right. You have no filter, and you don't think about.
Right.
So, Brandy.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, April. I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off.
I was going to ask, so, Brandy, do you agree that you feel like 50-50 is fair?
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. Who would turn down 100%? You know, who? I mean, so I came from a background where my granddaddy took care of 100% of the household. My grandmother didn't have to work. However, the generation of my mother, she never married. So of course, she's doing everything in the household. So from my perspective, it's just like I done seen it both ways. You see what I'm saying? Right. I would love to have a man to support his family 100%. However, I wouldn't not date someone because they couldn't take care of the household 100%.
So you're flexible.
So yeah, I do. Yeah, I am. I'm understanding.
And Steph, you kind of feel the same way. You don't feel like it's unfair either, right?
Right.
And Brandon, sound like you agree.
Yeah, it's not unfair. I don't think so.
But
But
Brandon did say, Brandy, that he wants to be in the situation where he can be 100%.
yep, I sure
Because
would.
he
Because I
want to
don't
be the
want to
shot
nobody
caller.
mouth. No, I don't. It's not about shot
I'm just
calling. I
messing
don't
with
want to
you.
hear nobody's mouth. I don't want to hear it. I don't
You
want
don't
to
want to
hear.
hear nobody mouth.
I don't want to hear nobody's mouth, man. Like I don't want to. No. See, okay. I
Yeah,
see. I break everything down to nature first. It is not okay. I'm finna get on my rant. Brandy, you done brought it out of me. How did you do that? It is not the nature of a woman to do that. That's why it's a burden for them more so than it is for men. And that's why you get all the complaints. That's why we even having a topic about 50-50, because most women feel like, well, that starts to get a little roommate-ish. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be the man, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? April don't even want to fix a dude a sandwich if it's 50-50. Like, because if you break it down to nature, just naturally, you don't want to be in that position, but you desire the position. I don't know who reads the Bible here or who even cares, but I do, and I study a lot of different things. But there was they call it a curse. I don't call it a curse. I call it it's just God was just telling them what's gonna happen. But when Adam and Eve did what they did, first thing I noticed was that nothing happened until Adam ate the fruit, because the commandment was given to Adam. So he was wrong for listening to his wife going against God's commandment. Another thing was said to Eve: your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Why is that a bad thing? Why is me desiring my husband a bad thing to warn me about? Well, because that word desire is, if you read a couple of chapters over, God told somebody that sin is at your door crouching and it desires you. It's an overtaking. So you're going to want to overtake your husband's position, but he will rule over you. So women desire that position until the responsibilities and everything that come with it come. They like the power of it, but they don't really want it. It's like if you got a man that you with, you want him to be a leader. You want him to be a leader. You want him to lead. You want him to do that, but you want everybody to look at you like the boss.
Some.
Yes, you do. What happened?
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. It was something going on. It's like an echo. Hello?
I'm listening. Can you hear?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
But you, like, you know how you talk to some older guys and girls, and they'd be like, I don't know, I gotta go home and check with the boss. You know what I'm saying? You got a list of demands for your man, you know what I'm saying, as soon as he come in the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you like to delegate. He moving furniture in the house and you want to be right there telling him where to put everything at. No, put that right there. That's where it go right here. No, don't do that right there. Watch the walls. Don't hit the wall. Don't mess the wall up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a nature for y'all to want to be the boss, but you don't really want the actual responsibility of being the boss. And that's how we got in this predicament, because women wanted to be so independent, and then they became independent, and it's like, but hold up, that's not fair. But what's not fair about it? You wanted to be independent. This is what independence gets you. You want to be equal. This is what equality with men gets you. It ain't fun, is it? You want to now they want to go back to nah, I don't want to work. I want to raise the kids and be at the crib. Like, all right, because it ain't fun. It's hard out here. So you
Because
can't have both, huh?
some women see it though from your standpoint too, that they don't want the father in the home and they want to do it on their own and they want their space and they don't want to share. That's why they got artificial
Yeah,
insemination, right? Because some women
yeah.
feel the same way. Well, where they are free in their independence and making the money, and they want to keep all their money to themselves, and they just want to hook up when they want to hook up, and then you need to be gone at a certain time. And so it
I
just
mean, more
depends on
power
the
to them.
person. Yeah, it
I
just
say, I say,
depends on
more
the
power to
woman.
them. More power to them. I bet have complaint. More power to you.
And
You
then
better not have
there are
no
some
complaint about no
women,
man.
yeah, that like you said, some women will say I have to ask the boss and I got to see what my husband think, and some they truly feel that way. Like I got to see what my husband say because what he says is what's going to go.
No, I
Because
meant it the other way around. I meant the guys say that. I have never heard a woman say that, but the guys would be like, I don't know, man.
I heard a woman say that.
yeah, you've
Yeah,
heard probably like Brandon, your parents have been together, like you said, forever, right? You've never
forever,
heard your
forever.
mom say that, like I got to see what your dad say, or
She
she
say
might be
that, but
talking to.
she don't refer to him as boss. But he'll be like, no, I gotta go ask the boss.
Oh, okay.
You know what
But
I
he's
mean?
probably just being cute because I'm quite sure like if she's around friends, she probably will say, I got to go home and see what my husband say. Or I got
Well,
to
of
see
course
what
they got
he.
to communicate. Of course, you in a marriage, you in a relationship. You
But
got to communicate with each other.
but not only communicate, some women ain't gonna move into their husband to prove it.
Well,
I
that's
don't
on a
see,
whole
I
nother
don't see
level for
anything
me.
wrong with that.
And there is nothing wrong with
It,
that. I
No,
feel
yeah,
like that is fair,
yeah.
well,
in
Because
I
if
my
it
mean,
go
opinion.
wrong,
That's
if it
I
go
think
wrong, you
that
gonna have to
when
take
you
responsibility.
consult with the other party, it's a difference when you're married opposed to when you're boyfriend girlfriend.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
When you're married, you have so
Mm,
many more ties that you're
yeah.
in opposed to being in a relationship. That's like,
Mm-hmm.
say for instance, if somebody's like, hey Steph, I need like $5,000. Okay, now I'm at a relationship or not, I can decide if I want to let them hold it or not. But being married, because I feel like it's more of an obligation. Hey babe, like look, such and such want $5,000. Like, what you think? I just feel like it's more of it's like a communication thing opposed to
Right.
being in a relationship.
Right.
I agree. I
Well,
agree. Brandon.
I agree with that. I agree with that part. However,
Oh,
um,
oh, you good.
however, um, me personally, I think God got to work on me with that situation because I'm just being real. This is an open discussion. It's just
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just being
yeah.
real.
Mm-hmm.
Where I feel because my mom, there was no father in the house at my house. I grew up with an independent woman who took care of us, didn't ask for anything, no handouts or nothing. She worked and she provided. And so that's instilled in me. That's all I know. That's all I've seen growing up. And so I got a lot of those qualities with me. However, I do have a significant other that is, with me, help raising my child, those type of things where I can be kind of um strong minded as well. And sometimes, I have to, kind of remember, hey, Brandon, you got help, just that type of thing. But when it comes to like bowing down, well, not bowing down. I mean, y'all ain't saying bowing down, but that's how my mind is working. It's like asking for permission to do something. I am my own person, and I wouldn't ask for permission to do anything. Um, However, out of respect, I would have a conversation to let somebody know that, oh, this is what I would like to do and what's your thoughts on it. But ultimately, it's going to be my decision.
I mean,
Fair
I
enough.
get that too. I
Fair
mean,
enough.
that's pretty much what it's
Hold on.
not
One
necessarily
second.
bowing down. It's just like you
Well,
said,
so
communicating.
as far as money goes, I mean, I guess it's just kind of like it depends on the situation. That's I kind of think like it depends on the situation. Because like at the end of the day, everybody's individuals, as I mean, I know that, when you get married, you become as one, but everybody got their own mind. They can make their own decisions.
Right.
That's the
Right.
scary part.
Okay.
That's the scary part about relationships, though. All
And,
right,
and
so
that's
let's say you go out here and make a decision, and it goes south, it goes wrong, and your man's be like, well, you went out there and did it, handle it. You mad about that?
No, I wouldn't be mad about it because
You looking at it different?
no, most definitely not.
Okay.
Because whatever I do, I can stand, I can stand behind it. You know what I mean? That's just my mind. That's my thought process. It's like, okay, if I went out there and I did something that, backfired on me, then I have the ability to clear it up and make it right.
But
Not
the thing
be
is,
mad
Brandon,
that he's not going to help me clear it up.
but okay, I get what he's saying. Now, when it backfires, now say for instance, worst case scenario, if it was something
you
that
give me examples, that way I can get an idea of what you're referring to. Kind of give me an example because
okay. So say for instance, y'all in the process of maybe trying to purchase a house or something, right? So during the house purchasing process, you got to be mindful of what you do, what you spend, this, that, and the third, right? So somebody comes to you, and once again, okay, $5,000. Okay, so y'all say for instance have a joint account or whatever. Yeah, you don't put over $5,000. He don't put over 5,000. You like, okay, we'll just get this or whatnot. So with that being said, you go and you take the money out of the account and you let whoever borrow it, right? So then when it's time for y'all to try to look to go to closing, they looking like, oh, well, where did this $5,000 go? Where did it come from? You're like, oh, shoot. Now it's like, okay, y'all got to replace that $5,000 or whatnot. So he honestly, if y'all doing it together, he really ain't got no choice but to try to help you out with it so that y'all can get back to where y'all need to be so that y'all can get this house. So you see, it's like it backfired, even though you put the money in it.
And I'm following you as far as financial wise. I wouldn't do anything like that without discuss. Like it's certain things that I would have to discuss, and certain things I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
whoa. Hold up, wait a minute now. What do you mean? What do you mean?
What you mean?
What things would you not want to discuss with your husband?
What I'm saying is I wouldn't ask for permission. Now, if it's dealing with money that we put together to do something, then of course you would have to communicate that. But at the end of the day, so you would say that you would communicate everything with your significant other?
Let's say he say no. He say no. He's like, no, we don't need to do that. Whatever scenario, he just be like, nah, we don't need to do that. But you go ahead and do it anyway. How does that affect the relationship?
So you really want to go to Jamaica, and the trip is like, well, no, don't even say, we ain't even putting money on it. You really want to go to Jamaica, and he like, right now, baby, I don't think it's the right time to go to Jamaica, but you go anyway. Like you wouldn't listen to him when he.
But my so I would have to know the reason why he's saying no, and it has to make sense to me.
All right, so what his reason is?
So just because he said no, babe, we can't go right now, I can't accept that. What is your reasoning? Because you ain't dealing with no child now. I got my own money. I got my.
So his reasoning. Hold on. We're gonna role play a little bit. Role play. You going on a girls' trip to Jamaica. Y'all planning it, and you like, hey, I just want to know what you think about this, which is bull. You don't really want to know what he think about it because you're gonna do what you want to do anyway. But he say, no, I'm not comfortable with that. What you say?
What you're not comfortable with? What's the reasoning behind it?
I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like your homegirls, man, they you know how your homegirls move, man. I don't want to call them out like that, but you know how they move, man, and they kind of you know what I'm saying? They kind of loose, spread eagle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They kind of, and I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with you just being there like that with them. Let's if you really want to go to Jamaica, let's go together. I'm just not comfortable with you going with your homegirls, man, because I don't really rock them like that anyway, because they out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you like them. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, I would take that in consideration.
But you still gonna do what you want to do.
No, what I'm saying is I would take it in consideration.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, because I much rather.
Hold on, Brandy, we role playing. All right. So answer.
But see, my perspective is, I would listen. I would not listen, but I would hear him out. And I much rather go to Jamaica with him versus my girls anyway. So who would turn that down?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to role play? Oh, okay. Come on, Brandy. I thought you were saying. Like.
So that's how I'm saying, like, when step scenario said, hey, you know, money wise, well, of course, you know, I would ask for permission when it's both of our money. But with Jamaica, it's kind of like, I just personally, Brendan, that example, it seems to me that he's just kind of like, because I'm just thinking about my friends and who I, you know, hang around or things on those. That would not. I wouldn't even agree with that conversation because those are not the type of people that I hang out with.
It was just a role play, Brandy.
No, I'm just saying. So I mean, that's just what I'm saying. It's like you have to. I have to look at the situation.
Okay.
No, I'm with that. I actually like people to do that. I actually like women to do that.
You know what I'm saying? I have to understand where they're coming from. I'm not just gonna say, I ain't gonna go because my husband said no, y'all. You know, just that type of thing. I have to really truly understand where you're coming from, and then
I got you, Brandy. I got you, Brandy. I got you. All right, so boom. Your husband is going on a guy's trip. Somewhere, you could pick the place. And you're not comfortable with it. And he asks you, he comes to you and he's like, hey man, we planning this trip. Just want to know what you think about it. And you're not comfortable with it for whatever your reasons are. So you don't want to role play. So whatever your reasons are, but he goes anyway. How do you feel?
I mean, I'll be upset. Most definitely.
Why?
Well, I mean, first off, you ain't trying to take what I'm saying in consideration. I just told you that I would hear him.
Who says that he didn't consider what you said? He considered it, and then he decided that, you know what I'm saying, because ain't nobody gonna tell him what to do because he's grown. But he considered what you said, but he's like, that ain't a good enough reason. Because I know my homeboys. Because I know my homeboys, they not like that. So I'm gonna go.
Well, I mean, that'll be his decision.
How does that affect the relationship though? Like how you feel like when he come back home?
Trust me, I tell him how I feel. And it'll be a discussion. And it'll be a discussion.
A discussion about what? Because you just said that's how you move. So if he moves that way, you should understand. But what's the discussion about?
What I'm saying is I would hear him out. I didn't say I would go. I would hear him out.
Mm-hmm.
And I make my decision based on how I feel and what, you know what I'm saying, based on how I feel.
But it's back to how you feel.
It's back to what your decision is. Like, and you're more than likely you're gonna go.
Just like if Kevin went somewhere and I didn't agree, it's his decision. I can't force that man to say put him on, lock the doors down and say, hey, don't go. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's his decision.
So he's saying that y'all got to be on equal playing field. So what's good for him is good for you. So if you can go to Jamaica, he can go to the DR if he wanted to.
Yep. And it is just that
You know
way.
what? All right. I have been sitting here. I've listened to the whole conversation back and
Who is
forth.
this?
Good points on. My name's Trees. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
hey,
so
My
Trees
good.
just joined us.
Hey. Yes, it's good points on both sides. But if you go all the way back, when they took men out the home, the women didn't know how to do nothing but be independent. Like if you say, if you didn't have money back then, and you had to get on like assistance, say food stamps, Section 8, or even housing. They come in, they take over. They really the government control the home. They don't want the male figure in the home for the children, so that the next set of generations come up to be. Yeah, they really
Who
put you in
we
a
talking
situation.
to? What's your name, man? What's your name?
My name's
Trees,
Tree.
Brandon, listen.
I'm sorry, man.
They really put the men out the house, because if you go through housing authority or any type assistance with the government, they don't want the head in the house to teach young men how to be men, or to teach young women to be more submissive to their husband or to a man. So what they do is they make you fill out all these stupid papers. The man can't, you can't get this if the man stay in the house. You can't get food stamps if you with your husband. In other words, they put you in a situation where you already trapped and you can't get anything, so you in a bad situation. So with that being said, women who are in a household where the man is not there, they learn from their parents, they learn from their mother how to be independent, how to be the role model in the house, how to be the provider, how to be the one that take care of everything. So now she's took on the role as a man. So when she do get a man, it's hard for her to submit now. Now you want me to let you come in here and run my house and tell me I got to be submissive to you? No, I've been doing this on my own. So why now I got to listen to you? So that's a situation. Our homes by like this. That's why you have so many black mothers that teach their black daughters how you don't need a man, honey. You can do this on your own, because that's what they had to do. Now, on the other point with her, what she was saying, I get what she's saying too. You want me to be like, okay, a man want to be a man. I understand that. Don't get me wrong, because y'all supposed to be dominant, but you want us to let you be dominant in certain areas, but in other areas you still want to be a little boy. It don't work like that. If you want to be dominant, you got to be dominant. You got to be dominant in every area. You know what I'm saying? You got to be dominant.
You don't want dominant. You just explained. You just explained why you don't want dominant, and you don't know how to handle.
You don't want dominant. You're right. You don't want dominant, but at the same point and the same time, men want to be heard. They want their women to be a little more submissive, not be tat for tat. Like if I'm just like, I didn't like what you just said when you said you going with your friends. Your friends a little loose, but you still want to go to Jamaica with me. I'm not gonna listen to you because I still want to go. No, you got to meet me halfway. That's where trust comes in. If you trust me, I don't care how my friends is. You trust me, you know I'm not going to take it there. I don't care how they look or what they do in the situations they in, but you my man, you my husband. You know what me and you got. Me and you got communication. You know, okay, I'm going with such and such, but I'm going to be on my best behavior. Emily might be having these niggas all up under their skirts and being disrespectful, but oh no, you know not to play me like that, because I got a man at home that's going to know that Tree's going to be good, and when she come home, she good. See, that's where that trust issue come in from. That thing about the $5,000, y'all supposed to make decisions like that together.
That's right. When it comes to money,
you're not supposed to let her make. She's not supposed to let you, and you're not supposed to let her make those decisions. So what it should be is a sit down where you sit down and say, okay, babe, we got this. Let me show you this house. I think this is a good investment for us. What you think? Do you think we need to spend $5,000? And you got to listen to her pros and cons. You can't be like, well, I think it's a bit. No, she might have a good point as to why maybe y'all not ready financially. Maybe
Right.
this move ain't good for y'all.
Trees, even when you making them paying 100%, you still gotta hear that lady out. Even when you paying
Exactly.
Okay, so
Exactly,
Trees, what
because
are your
you
views
take her.
on 100%?
I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't think a relationship. I think everybody is 100%. That's funny. Y'all might think
So
no.
I'm talking
Listen,
strictly
I think it should be 50-50 with that.
Okay.
Unless you're a man who wants your woman to be home and to be at home mother. But if you're in a situation, now I believe in this now. Me and my man talk about this. He got an account, I got an account, and then we got a joint account. I got money, I do what I want to do with, and he got money, he do what he wanted with. But then we got an account where we do what we want together in that account. That's how stuff work, because sometimes he ain't gonna agree with you buying those stilettos you want or that coat you want. You know how we women is, we like stuff. He ain't always, and we ain't agree with him spending money on, going with the boys. We don't always agree. So you gotta have your own money for certain stuff. You can't always joint money everything. Money, I heard the Bible says this now. I'm a strict believer. Money is the root of all evil. No, baby. The love of money is the root of all evil.
That's true.
The love of money. Money is not the root. The love of money. If you love your money more than you love your spouse, then we got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
If I need something and I really need it, and you telling me no because you worried about your count going down, then you really don't love me, and you ain't for me, and you ain't for what's best for me. But if you tell me, if I tell you, babe, I want this money for such and such, and you tell me, no, babe, that ain't a good idea because I got to do stuff. Oh, I can get it. I can get with that. But I can't get with you just telling me no because you don't need that. No, baby, it don't work like that.
I like you, Tree.
So are you for 100% providing?
If that is what we agreed upon. You got women who don't want to work, who want a man to fully take care of them.
No, but I'm talking about you. Are you for 100%?
No, I mean
all of this is personal views, like how we personally feel. I
want a man. Listen, don't get me wrong. I like when my man take charge and like, babe, we're gonna spend this, we're gonna do this. I love that. That make me feel like a woman. But I also like when I say, babe, let's do this. I want to be able to do. See what I'm saying? That's why I'm not for 100%. Then no, I'm not. Because I think
I'm saying like you taking care of the home 100% when I say that.
Oh, okay. Now listen to this now. That fall on different areas now. The dominant person with the person with the most money is mostly gonna be want to be the dominant person in a home, in the situation. He or she are always, because they're gonna feel like I'm the one doing this. I'm the one taking care, so I should be the one spoken. But listen, when I say this and I mean this, no, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that one person, because but I do believe in this, y'all. If my man fall, I gotta get under him and undergird.
Exactly.
If I fall, my man gotta get under me and undergird me. I'm gonna give you a situation, a personal situation. My fiance lost his brother. His brother was killed. He had a great job. He was working at Bridgestone. But because his brother rode to work with him every day, he couldn't go there anymore. He didn't want to go there. It was like the familiar, and he missed his brother so much. He was tormented. He couldn't do it. So guess what I told him? He said, babe, I want to quit. You know what I told him? Quit. I got us. Till you find something else. I got us. And for 4 months, I held it down. Me, by myself. So when he got on his feet, he appreciated me more because he saw that, okay, I ain't just got a woman that's here to say, no, you can't quit your job. She was real considerate of my needs and what was bothering me emotionally and financially. So we can't have a man physically.
What did you do during that time for him? As far as
I work.
No, not that part. Like we off that because I'm 92% with you. I'll get to the 8% later, but you talking some real shit.
Okay.
what did you do to help him during that time?
Okay, let me tell you what it mentally and physically.
No, because
I did everything.
No, I'm about to say, because like it's not in a situation like that, it doesn't become financial. That's real relationship shit right there that she's talking about. So I'm trying to get her to tell.
Okay, when he quit his job.
Yeah.
When he quit his job, he was going through a real bad transition. He couldn't get right. He was drinking all the time. He had to drink because that's the way he couldn't sleep. So what I did was I made sure I made him comfortable. Look, babe, you can go hang out with them. Come, I'm gonna be here when you come back if you need me. I even watch my man sleep. You know what I'm saying? To make sure if he had a nightmare, we could talk about it. But as far as what do you mean, like taking care of him? If he needed something or wanted to do something and I had the funds, yeah, there you go, do that. You can do that, babe. I'm good. I'm good till you come back. I'm good while you do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you gotta, in a relationship, you gotta be
right there. That's the power of a woman.
You in a relationship, you gotta be there.
Like in a situation like that she's describing, 50-50 is not even a conversation. It's what's necessary in a relationship to.
Yeah, that's a must.
No, she went into the
that's
100%.
You know they
basically, at that point, she wasn't 50-50.
Yeah, you got to
But that's what I'm saying. Like she did that though, where she could have like just been like, oh nigga, you gotta get over that. You gotta get back on your square. She didn't do that. She took the percentages of 50-50, 80-20, 70-30, whatever it is, out of the equation and said, I'm gonna do what I got to do to make sure this relationship between me and the person I love works.
Mm-hmm.
Percentages and that's real unconditional love.
That's right.
Unconditional. Thank you, Trees.
That's why people get confused. That people,
thank you, Trees.
Always see this thing so deep with me. When April invited me to this conversation, I said, "Oh, I love this because I have this conversation with my daughter as well." So when you love somebody, you unconditional love, agape love, all that is what all God left here was love. He said, love you one another. He ain't saying you ain't supposed to, you love my kids. Okay, I'm supposed to love you. Just listen, unconditional love is unconditional. That's how God loves us. If that's what he left here, he didn't say it's different kinds of love. People always say it's this kind. No, love is love. I don't care how you look at it. And even with a relationship going through, because I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, hey, it ain't been roses and all that good stuff over here. We went through a lot because he went through this thing. He went through this metamorphosis thing where he was hurt. So he when his brother died, it's like he felt like he lost everything. So losing me wasn't really no big thing. I'm gonna say that, and that's kind of like unfair, but it's fair because I had to go through some stuff with this man, but all in the same time, it hurt. But I'm gonna say this: when you love somebody, I don't care. I teach. Okay, let me first say this: I teach Sunday school, so it's easy for me to relate and give you a parable, like God say. That's how I'm gonna say this. Okay, say everybody grown, right? Say I'm in love with somebody, right? And we going through something, and he decided to step out on me. Now, me being hurt and vulnerable, I might step out, but guess what? When I get finished laying with that other man and I go home, guess what? Them same emotions and that same love and them same feelings still there for that man that I had before I did that. So this cheating thing and this, the thing, that's why I think with a marriage is sacred. I take that very sacredly. I feel like when you marry, that's a vow between you, your man, and God. You're not supposed to break that. Girlfriend and boyfriend is different. But when you make a vow between you, your man, and God, that's a covenant not only did you make with a man, but you made with God. So when them vows say for better or worse, for sickness and health to death, that stuff mean that. Because you're going to go through the worst. You're going to go through the better. You're going to go through all them different stages in a relationship that you go through, but it depends on can you stand fast. That's what love is to me. So I held this man down. I held this man down in good and bad circumstances. We went through it all, but guess what? I stayed strong, and I stayed in my word, and I stayed true to myself and true to what I believed in and guess what? I'm good. We good. Now, ain't nothing in this world I can't get from this man. And ain't nothing in this world this man could never get from me. See, I had to be true to myself. I can't be like it. That's the thing when you said you going out of town with this one and that one, but they loose. That don't make me loose. That don't make me like them because I'm friends with them. That birds of a feather flock together, that don't always be true. Because you got friends you've been friends with.
I agree with that.
You have friends you've been friends with since you was a baby till you grown. And you know how they is and they know how you is. Certain things they not going to invite you to. And certain stuff you not going to invite them to because they know you uncomfortable. But me and my girls going out of town, that's me and my girls. I ain't out there trying to cheat on you. Had I been on some sneaky stuff, I wouldn't have never told you. And then the thing about it, I'm versatile. You can call my phone anytime. I'm going to pick up FaceTime. I'm going to pick up the phone.
This is the 8%. This is the 8%. That was a role play. That's not necessarily something that I agree with because if you with somebody.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I jumped in because I've been listening for a while and I love it. Brandy was on it. You was on it. The other girl was on it. I don't know. I forgot her name. But it's just, it's real life. This real life. These are battles we have to go through. But if you're with a person and you love that person loves you, ain't no limit. Put it that way. You ain't in a box.
Now I'm 100% agreeing. Like that's why the whole conversation with the finances is like, come on, man. Like when you look, man, this is life, bro. Like this shit ain't easy. Oh, I'm sorry.
And it's not. But I do want to throw this wrench in, Brandon. I want to throw this wrench in it, right?
So yes, ma'am.
Because I hear Tree say, you know, the man said he didn't want to work no more, and she was okay with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just throw a wrench in it, Trees. Trees don't have any minors. So if Trees had a baby, if Trees had a mortgage, a high behind car note to pay, maybe 5 kids, let's say, she wouldn't have the flexibility of telling that man he could quit his job because at the end of the day,
wait a minute,
you still got
I got you, Trees. I got you.
Right, you still got mouths to feed and you still got bills to pay, or everybody gonna be on the street.
All right, so
no.
Hold on, Trees. Hold on.
Let's do it one at a time. Go ahead.
Hold on. All right, so I would say get rid of that high behind car note. What can we do to get rid of some of these amenities that is not necessity?
So let's stick with the necessities though, because you still need the car and you still need the house and you still gotta.
You need a car. No, you don't need that car, but you need a car.
But say if you still got, say you got a Toyota Corolla. If you still got a Toyota Corolla, and say if you got a mortgage that's $800 and a Toyota Corolla that might be $250 a month, and you got your car insurance, you got lights, water, whatever have you.
Okay, can she handle that? No, she can't.
Maybe not.
That's why. Okay, so that comes in.
He might have to.
Well, that comes in.
A job that is not up to what he's used to making. But all right, so from a man perspective, we just don't want to be looked at as less of a man when it comes to our woman.
Yeah.
And what we're going through. And I think that's what she was kind of expressing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because we go through shit too. Like I'm
And I
stuff
get
too.
it. I get it. And it sounds nice, right? It sounds nice to be down for your guy. But in actuality, when real life hits, is why I threw that wrench in it for when real life pops up.
Okay, well let me ask you this.
Hold on, Trees, for a second, because you know what I'm saying. I'm finna go with April because I love April. But yeah, real life hit for everybody, including that man. If you listen to what she just explained, that was a real life situation that man was going through, that she decided to take an active role in helping him get through that, which makes him a better man on the other side, which is the power of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
I do.
So if you just like say, well, this needs to be done, and this, like, and he's already in the doldrums, he's gonna go further into the doldrums because he's looking at it like, I'm not being a man. I can't do this for my family. I can't do this. And it's like, yeah, you cooking and you cleaning, but how do you build him up? And I know that sounds like some slave Django type stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like, no, how, because that is the power of a woman. And I go back to the Bible, when God said it is not good for man to be alone. He needs a help meet. He didn't put percentages and specifications on how the help comes. If you look at the Proverbs 31 woman, she did all kind of stuff.
Right. And
so that his name can be great. So that his name can be great, though.
So,
but so did he, Brandon. So did he. So did he.
Yeah.
So did he.
Right, her husband.
He did a lot to make the household run too.
So I'm not saying that a man got to be doing all this and that you can't support him mentally and emotionally. But I'm saying in the predicament where you have a family to raise, it's not going to always be feasible for him to be able to sit out. Because now it might be feasible for him to go look for other work.
Right.
And it might be feasible for him to do something different, but it will not be feasible for him to just sit down to get it together.
Sit down. Yeah. Give him a week, maybe 2. But after that, like you gotta get back on your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, and with you asking me that, I can say this, like I just said, we sat down and we had a discussion. We made sure that our finances was in a place where he could quit, that I could handle everything before he quit. But at the same time, April, I had to look at it from his mental well-being. He was about to crack up. So I had to make the decision, is him not working and looking for something else? Now, I didn't say he quit his job and just went and played. He was also looking for something else. But I let him know it's okay. It was okay for him to be vulnerable. We still had a high. Our house payment was high. He had a truck. We had certain, and you said I didn't have no little kids, but I had my stepdaughter's son that was living in the home with me. He was a little boy because she got in a situation where I had to take care of him. So yes, I had a child in the house. I didn't have a little baby, but he was 7. So I still had a baby in the house. But at the same time, I understand what you asking me. Them bills weren't gonna stop coming because he quit his job. But I had to be at a point where we sat down and he explained to me what was going on with him mentally. We had money. We had a little money saved up that helped with that. But I took on everything else that way we didn't have to touch. We would still have a little nest egg. You see what I'm saying? So it was okay for him to quit. And it was okay for me to wait because I knew he had enough a mindset to get something else. He just couldn't work at that job at the time. You get what I'm saying? I ain't saying he
Right.
just, oh, well, he quit and, okay, Trees, you just, it's on you. It was on me, but at the same time, we knew, we had that discussion and we looked at our finances and knew, okay, well, baby, you could quit because I know this, you about to have a nervous breakdown. And I knew
I
it
get
was
what you're
more
saying. I get what you're saying, that
it was more important
resigned for a
it was
period.
more important for me to make sure the man in my house, the head of my house, was mentally, physically, and everything in a state of mind where he could still be there. You see what I'm saying? So I had to give a little bit. You know, that's why I say the 50-50 and 100%. Because let me ask you this. Would you have done the same thing had it been you?
You're asking April or someone of?
I'm asking anybody, any of the ladies on here, would you have done the same thing had you been in that situation?
If I had the ability.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, April.
I would say personally, it would depend on what we have going on in our home, because like personally, if we have established all these things together, like a mortgage, and we have children and we got all these other bills, it may not be feasible for you to quit your job, but it may be feasible for you to take maybe mental health leave, or what they call that, family, what is it, family leave act? Yeah, FMLA. It might be feasible for you to do a FMLA, but you quitting a job, that's gonna be a whole nother story, because I understand you got to get yourself together mentally, but your job as the head of our home is us. We're your main priority as well, because that's what God put you for, your children and your wife. And so I understand
You're
that
so right.
situation may not be good for you any longer, and you can still be looking for something else. I would understand that wholeheartedly. And you might need time off, so you might have to put in for some vacation days to get away from the situation. And I would support him 100%. But I still need you to have in the back of your mind that we are still your number one priority.
And that's understandable, and I get that. But certain jobs don't give you but certain days to breathe. At the most, they give you 5 to 6 days. If you ain't got it together, oh well, you got to come on back. Yeah. And with them working at the same job, April, and well, not in the same, maybe he had a different job, but he was working in the same place. They was riding to work together every day. He looked for him. That was torment. Yeah. Because he didn't just say he didn't just die like. He didn't just die like, okay,
from
he was
sickness,
sick and died.
He was looking for it, yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah, he died. He was killed. And they had, you know what I'm saying? They gave him, the most they gave him was, I say 4 days off. He had to report back to work that Friday. And he did it for like 3-4 months. And then I would see it and he was like, I can't do this no more. He just said, can we talk? And we sat down and talked. He said, I try, I can't. It's killing me. And I really was seeing this, the anger, the not wanting to go, you know, I saw this because I knew him and he knew me. So when he sat down and said, I gotta quit, I gotta, what you think? We discussed it. And I said, all right, I give you a few months. And it didn't take him nothing but 4 months. He had a new job. But during that month, we had a little bit of money. We had money that we had saved up, that we still was taking care of our bills. But I had to do that for him because, okay, well, let me ask this. If I'd have gave him that ultimatum and told him, no, you got to go. You got to go back to this job. I know it hurt. But what you think? What you think? Where you think our relationship would have been if I would have said, no, you can't do that. No, you can't quit. What kind of situation do you think we would have been in? Anybody can answer. Just, I want you to think about it and answer that. What kind of situation would you think our home would have been in? How do you think we would have?
Like I said before, I think it depends on what type of financial stand y'all was in order for my answer would be based off of our finances. Now, if we ain't got no finances, our home gonna be jacked up if the answer A or B, because we still gonna be out on the street.
Yeah.
You know.
I cannot.
Hold up. Like I got an auntie and an uncle. My auntie has recently passed. Rest in peace to her. But he had a government job in DC. He was going through the same thing. Nobody passed or nothing like that, but he was just like, this, I can't do this no more. And he got into the life insurance thing. He was like, look, hey, give me a year and we can be good. But I need you for that year to hold everything down. And if you know my auntie, she wasn't one of the ones that just be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we'll do that. Like, no, she's not like that. She is pampered. But she agreed. And he went to work with the life insurance thing for a year. And he actually made a million. He made millions. Now her health took a turn, which is ironic. Huh?
I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah. So he did that, but it's like, are you willing to take on the burden for however long you need to do it? Or is it that's enough. I'm gonna find somebody else. Like, do you love that person that much?
You asking now?
Yep.
I feel like your uncle had a plan, so yep, I would ride with him because a man with a plan is a man you can ride with.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you sitting there twiddling your fingers and you ain't got nothing coming, you ain't got no plan, and you just expecting me to ride with you, and you ain't got nothing going, and I see that your history of picking up something and not following through with it, I ain't with you, honey. It just depends on the type of person.
Right, and I agree with you on that too, Brandy. Or if you just constantly coming up with ideas but no solution,
Exactly.
no plans, or everything's like, oh, I can do this, and you always investing money, but then the money you invest, that ain't gonna.
So you gotta know what kind of man you dealing with now.
That's
you know,
right.
like for an example, like for an example, like I know a man he won't. Personally, I know one man who won't go without a job, even if he has to get 2 or 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Leave one job and get 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet. That's what he's gonna do. That's just the type of man that some men just built that way.
That's a man.
Yeah,
that's a good man. That's a man. That's a man.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, me personally, I like for my man to be, home a little bit. You know what I mean? And so I was like, hey babe, this a little bit too much. Maybe you should just quit that job. You know what I'm talking about? And me and you gonna get together and
Yes. That's the dynamic of a relationship.
We gonna work it together. We gonna work this together. You ain't gotta be being at that third shift job. No.
You want me home, but I can't be home. So what you gonna do? Well, I'm gonna do this. All right. So that'll make some time for me to be home. And then but see, that's just
right.
But I think what? It's all
that's why
coming up,
we talking about 50-50. That's why we talking about 50-50.
I think reality Two people together.
You gotta give something,
Working
though. You
together
can't just not
is a
give
real,
nothing. Gotta give me
it's a
something.
powerhouse.
Home and not get. I got to get me. I'm gonna make sure if we ain't got nothing, I'm gonna have something. I'm always trying to find ways to make me some money, or to make us some money, or to make us. But see, that's another thing. Well, let me ask y'all ladies something. If you knew your man wanted to do something, to be home, like to do some kind of work, like say he had a dream, would you support that dream? Would you back him, like get certain stuff he need to fulfill his dream? Like what I mean, undergird, meaning like, okay, my man cut hair good. I brought him his first barber station. I brought him his first clippers. I wanted to invest in him, to let him know, if this is what you really want to do, let's do it. Let's go big or go home. You see what I'm saying? So would y'all undergird your man?
I wouldn't mind investing in him if it's something that he's genuinely passionate about. But
yeah,
I don't think it would be beneficial to invest in everything that he comes up with. Like, you know, how they say, like a quick way to try to get money. And
yeah, I ain't gonna let him jump from thing to thing.
Yeah, it'd have to be something that
I'm saying
he's passionate about.
Truly,
something that he wants to do. Because if he's something he really wants to do, he'll continually talk about it, opposed to talking about, oh, I wanna you know, be a pilot this day. Oh, tomorrow I want to be a truck driver. Oh, the next day, oh, I want to be a plant manager. Like,
you sound like that's a confused man there, honey. I wouldn't deal with it.
Yeah, I like. What is it? What it say in the Bible? What to call a man is a what it say? A stable mind is a, what did it say? I forgot what that one said.
I think you read out of Proverbs.
Nope.
What's the
It's
one
not
say?
Proverbs.
It's something about a.
It's not
Proverbs. It's something some is ain't stable in none of his ways.
Yeah,
I can't remember that right now. A double-minded person.
Oh, yeah, double-minded. Okay, no, that ain't Proverbs.
That ain't double-minded.
See, y'all don't even want to listen to me. Look, James 1. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. James 1. Don't know the verse, but it's James 1.
James 1, verse 8.
Yep.
Well, I got a question. So when a person, I'm speaking for myself, and I just want to see if everybody agrees. When a person does take on the dominant role in the house with the money and the bills and stuff, do you get agitated quick with the person that's not? Meaning, like, you got to do something, because I ain't going to keep doing this. You need, or like throwing little slams or saying little stuff. And I had to learn when I got saved that it ain't good. But now, I wasn't always like this now. I had to learn when I got saved that it ain't right to belittle a man, because I would say stuff like, okay, now I'm doing this. Ain't nobody else doing it. Don't say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn, because I was bad at that at first. Like, okay, I'm doing this. And that's, I say, I got this.
And that's why I say, Teresa, I gotta work on something. Because
the best thing to do is start to address it. Start to have adult conversations pertaining to it. Okay, babe, look, you know, I know you're the man, and I don't want to make you feel less than a man, but I just want you to know, like, I'm needing help in this area. Like, what can we do, or, you know, to make this better in this area, so that it may not be so much pressure on me. And I think that when you have those conversations, that the resolutions are a lot better. Then you be like, no, you ain't leaving off me, you leeching off me. Okay, no, you're not gonna get nowhere with that, because you downgrading that man. And the last thing that you do is like mess with a man's manhood, because sometimes it's all that they have. So in order instead of tearing him down, you got to find ways to build him up. And then when you go to him and you're like, okay, I need help with this, you building him up, because you're like, oh, she needs me, I'm wanted. You know what I'm saying? So that's my
problem. I had a problem with that. I had a problem. I would say stuff like, I don't need you, I want you. That's a big difference. I don't need you. I don't need you to do nothing for Trees. Trees got this. Trees got her own money. But see, I had to stop that because in actuality, I really did need that man.
Exactly. And I think that us as women, we've gotten so used to saying that because we're so independent. We may not necessarily.
Well, now, because I like that.
I was about to ask you how you felt about it.
Yeah, I like that. I like when a woman tell me she don't need me.
I mean, I
She just want me. I'm
don't.
like, oh, okay.
No. That I would say that in the heat of an argument. Like, look, I don't need you.
Have pure motive. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I like
had
that.
motive when I said mine. You know, but let me ask another question. The women, Brandon, not you, the women. I have a thing with I don't like for my man to be embarrassed. I don't like for my man to be embarrassed. So like if we went like say if you was out to eat with your man and you was paying, I wouldn't pay. I would give him the money before we went in the restaurant or slide him the credit card before we went in so he could pay so he wouldn't be embarrassed. A lot of women have this thing where they'll throw it up and be like, here, I'll pay for it. You know, I don't ever want to make a man feel like
the first time that happened to me, because like I was really green when it comes to relationships, and I just kind of learned on the fly. Like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? And you will be surprised of what kind of nigga I had to be, what kind of person I had to be for me to get a lot of girls. But the first time that happened to me, it was my girlfriend, and she was paying, but she like slid me the card up under the table. And I was like, yo, I get it. You want me to feel, and you don't want me to feel like,
serious.
Thank you. Yeah. You don't want me to feel like less than a man because you're paying. I like that. I liked it. I did. It didn't make me feel bad. You know, like I was like, okay, this is somebody that I can mess with. It didn't last though, but go ahead.
Yeah.
It didn't last for other reasons. It wasn't like she's a bad, like me and her have a great relationship to this day, but it just wasn't, we wasn't supposed to be together. But yeah, like I agree with you on that. That is a woman that's thinking about her man's position in society or his position.
But a lot of men don't appreciate that. They don't appreciate that at all.
I appreciate
they don't like, and then I had to grow. I've been with my man a long time. We would argue in front of people. That didn't, you know, it's a growing thing. I don't know. You have to grow, because if you don't grow from it, you'll never. A relationship is not a relationship is not moving, because a ship moves. If you ain't moving, you ain't having nothing but relations.
There you go. Thank you for breaking that down.
Hey,
I'm all with the arguing thing, because I want to put too many people in y'all relationship. And at the end of the day, you never know who that prying eye is waiting for y'all to fall off so they can sneak in.
What? You better say it.
So that's why, like, I've learned, like, and even when I do get into another relationship, like, anything that happens, if it's not just him and I in the car, or if we're not behind four walls, it's not going to be discussed. I will sit there and act like everything is so honky-dory and we the best couple you would ever see in your whole entire life when we in public. But when
you get in that car,
then we going to discuss with them.
So when you get in that car,
what? I'm gonna let you have it. Nigga. Excuse me, April. Nigga, what did you say in that house? I remember you had said. Did you say that?
Y'all tripping, man.
I don't remember saying that. Well, I
So
remember you
Brandon,
saying,
is that little boy in?
Huh?
Is that the definition of somebody little boying you when they do that?
Somebody what?
Treating you like a child if they're gonna get you when you get in the car.
You rather do it in the car than in front of everybody.
Man, like I say, this is what I say. I like genuineness. I like somebody to be themselves. So as strange as it sounds, I like the relationships where people argue right there in front of everybody, and then they make up right there in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
you ghetto, Brandon. Brandon, you real ghetto. You ghetto.
I am not ghetto. Like April know me. You know what I'm saying? Stephanie know me. I'm not a ghetto nigga. Like I'm a person. I'm sorry, April. I'm messing up your podcast. I'm not a ghetto person, bro. Like I have some tendencies, but like no, I like genuineness. So it's like me and my girls that I really rock with, we talk junk to each other, man, all the time. And it's not personal, but we getting it out right there on the spot. And then if she got me.
But for somebody that don't know that, they'll think it's like, oh my God, like you hear that?
I don't care about them.
So he's saying he got just trees. He's saying he got a little bit of toxicity in him.
It's not toxic. It's there. It's not toxic. It's there. I have a problem with what you did. So, like, let's talk about because I'm not actually mad. We're discussing it, but the way I discuss things is in it's slightly comedic and it's slightly like talking junk. You know what I'm saying?
So it depends on how that person gonna take it though. So you might want to wait till you get in the car.
Well,
I don't deal with them type of people. Like if you can't take it right there, I'm just not with you no more, and I'll shut up. I'll be like, okay, this ain't for me.
So you know how far to take it. Okay.
Then we get in the car, and they want to let it all go, and this is me in the car. That's what's up.
Okay, Brandon, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Look, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I can't tell you how to feel.
Tell you nothing else. If we don't tell you nothing else as women, one thing about it, we don't like to be ignored.
Oh, girl.
You don't like what?
We do not like to be ignored. We don't act like you nonchalant when I'm mad. Don't act nonchalant.
I am the most nonchalant guy though. Like, so like if you say it's like when I was coaching my guys, like when I would tell them, hey, if I'm on you, it's a good thing. When I stop talking to you, it's not good. You decide what you do with that.
Brandon, me and you probably so you don't hear me. You ignoring me. I'm talking to you now. You okay? Look, but when you was in that house, you had so much to say.
So let's do the role play.
Oh,
all right. So boom. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear everything you're saying.
So are you? You hear me, but are you hearing me? It's a difference between hearing. Wow.
I'm listening.
Wow.
I'm listening to you. Keep
Ladies,
going.
do y'all hear Brandon?
What else?
Women hate to be ignored. Women hate.
No, I'm not. But you're not being ignored. You're not being ignored.
He's
I'm
trying
listening.
to finesse.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
No. But Brandon, this is what I want you to understand. Okay, so say for instance, if you brought this to her attention, and at the time y'all was inside this place in front of the people. Now you got to think about it. Depending on how she feels, she may not be responding because she don't either want to draw attention to you, or maybe because she don't want to say anything that's going to be wrong or say anything that she really don't mean. Okay.
You're right.
No, I understand that part. But what I'm saying to y'all is, if I'm that far in with a girl that we're eating out to eat something, like if I sense that something I said offends her, I'll say, hey, look, man, I was just joking, bro. I didn't mean no harm, man.
But
Like I really,
are you
I
lying when you say that?
I'll kind of amend that because I talk a lot of ish.
Trash.
Yeah, I
But
talk a lot of ish.
the thing
That's,
is,
that's how I
a
grew
girl,
up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the girls that I grew up with, that's how we interact. You know what I'm saying? Like they talk a lot of ish to me. Sometimes, well, I gotta be quiet, and I'll be like, "Come
but I
on,
feel
come
like
on,
this.
come
If
on."
it's a girl that you've been talking to, and if how you said, in order for you to take her out, that means that y'all got some time invested. Clearly, she should already understand and know how you do stuff.
Yeah.
Your
Thank you.
personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
She knows.
So
She knows you.
you get sour. I know I might have took it too far, and I'll let her know, hey, look, look, I don't want it. Like let's not go down here. Let's not go down this path. I was just playing. I was not serious. Okay, you know what I'm saying. And I probably know we're gonna talk about it later, but it ain't gonna be the conversation in the car that y'all was talking about because she knows me.
Yeah.
You want to take it
Yeah.
to the conversation in the car that y'all was talking about, I'm gonna take it there.
Well, on a bigger note,
You
mental.
better be sure you want to do it. You better be sure you want to do it.
Well, let me ask y'all. Mental abuse is so much worse than physical. Physical heals, not all the time. Sometimes physical is worse, but mental abuse, it stays in your mind. That stuff lay on your heart. It comes up at the oddest times. A scar can heal, but when you did something to somebody mental, that's a big thing. So if you said something to a woman in front of people and you try to nonchalant, like throw it off like I was just kidding. Oh, that ain't gonna wash with her, right? Like, oh, you kidding. Oh, you really think I believe you was kidding. So women we don't express ourselves like men. Like y'all look different from us. Women hold stuff. We hold
but that's
stuff.
on me though. Like
Yeah.
because like all right, I'll put it this way. Like when we're getting to know each other, I'm kind of gauging what I can say with this person and if I'm going to do it. So I've already, if I put it this way, if a woman don't talk junk back to me, if I'm talking junk, I stop. I stop talking junk.
Which is good.
I might not talk no more after tonight, but if you can't like have that banner back and forth and you got a sense of humor that's the same as mine, you're not the kind of woman that can be with me. You know what I'm saying? Because
junk talkers, he's basically saying he likes somebody who we can jive with.
Yeah, I don't like weak. I ain't grow up around weak. I don't want to say weak women.
Sensitive.
I didn't grow up around women who were docile. You feel what I'm saying? Like, not weak women, women who are docile, and they don't speak their mind and they don't say nothing. I will even tell y'all this, man. It was they wasn't women at the time, but it was girls who taught me how to be myself. So even though I say a lot of things, like I hold women in a high regard, but I want a woman to speak her mind and to know how to talk to me and for me to know how to talk to her. Like, so like if I'm in a mood and we doing something, she be like, hold my hand. No, I don't want to hold your hand. Leave me alone. Psych, I'm just playing. Like I'm that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I'm just playing, man. Come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, or she'd be like, why are you looking at that girl booty? Well, how you know I was looking at her booty? You was looking at her booty too. It's big, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that kind of guy. Like genuine. I'm just me. Be you. And then if she be like, later on in the car, what she need to say if she don't want it to go further is, it bothers me when you do that. I'll listen and say, okay, I might have a little rebuttal. Like, you was looking at that butt too, but I get it. All right, so I won't do that.
So that goes, all this goes back to the 150%, as in financial and emotionally. That's 100, and you get what I'm saying, April? That's 100, that's 50, that's 20, that's 30%. That's knowing your mate. That's knowing the person you with. Some women like for a man to take care of them, and they don't do nothing but stay home and take care of the house and all. I'm not that woman. I like the 50, 100.
You like the 50,
But
50, right? You like provide 50%
I like
and he provide 50%.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in right?
I don't want to be in a position where I have to depend totally on him. No, I don't.
Right. But you don't ever want to provide the whole 100% either, do you? Or you do?
If it's needed.
Okay.
Yeah. Not voluntarily. No, I don't.
Right. Not by choice.
No, not voluntarily. I don't want to be working and you sitting home watching football. No. That'll put me in a bad place with you. How you feel letting me go to work hard, and come home and you're not doing nothing? That's not good. No.
Right.
But the side of the day is that's how some of these men looking. A lot of these men ain't working no more. These women taking care of them.
Are these guys?
Girl, I salute you, boy, because I ain't playing that.
What, Brandon?
I don't see them.
Homeboy.
Well,
they around.
They're around. I don't see them. I see them, but I see what kind of guys they are. And I'm finna upset Treese. We finna go to war. But
no.
Hold on. I see these guys, but for me to be able to see these guys for who they are and to see how smart women are and how smart they claim they are and keep messing with these guys, I don't understand it.
I ain't mad at you for that.
Ain't none of them in my circle.
It's a lot of them out here like that, honey.
Ain't none of them in my circle. I don't deal with them like that. Like,
and
I don't.
That says a lot about you.
So you deal with the men ready to step up 100%, right, Brandon? Is that what you're saying? You deal with the fellas who gonna step up 100.
No, I deal with the fellas that are realistic.
Hey, what they at?
I'll put it this way. All my homeboys. Huh?
What they at? Because they ain't around here.
Oh, God, say it again.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They might be taking though, but they around there.
Well, Brandon, I'm not.
I don't even want to take it. I need a single one.
Well, Brandon, you didn't upset me, but I was one. At one time. I can be honest to say, I was that girl. I was in a bad place, and I got with this man. And at first, he had a job. Then he quit. I mean, well, he didn't quit. I don't know what happened because we weren't that tight then. So then I was already in it then. So I started helping him. But then, you know what I did? I was like, oh, you gotta get a job. I don't do this. I'm used to being took care of. I'm used to this. But eventually he manned up. See what I'm saying? And he tell people all that. Treat's the reason why I manned up. I had to. A strong woman is just that. It's just that. I could say that. I don't know if all of them been where I've been at, but I've been to a place where I've been that woman, that vulnerable woman letting, this nigga ain't got no job. He ain't doing, You know what I'm saying? What am I doing? What you done to yourself? Trees, this ain't you. I had my
So
friends telling me, what's going on with you? But I got him to the point, you know what I'm saying? Now he not going without a job. But I was that girl. And I can't get mad at you because that's why I say they run. I was that girl.
but
And he was
Teresa,
that dude.
you was
what?
able to take that situation and turn it around and work it out for your good. Now, the
Yeah.
thing, like you say, y'all done been together a long time. But just
Yeah.
imagine had you not enabled him or whatever,
Yeah.
like where would you have been? You know what I'm saying?
In a
Right.
bad place. You can't let a man get comfortable. Because
You
once they
can't.
get comfortable, oh, you done. You're done.
That's your
You
job
gotta
as a
always
woman.
make it you gotta make him always you gotta always make him uncomfortable. You gotta come out and be like, turn. See, I was nice nasty. I'm gonna be honest. I had a point. I came home from work. I was working at UPS. I was working at the call center. I came home from work. Him and his buddies was in the carport because I had a big house. I went and cut off the lights out there, turned the music off, and said, I'm going to bed and y'all need to go home. But that was just letting you know, if you was giving something in here, I wouldn't be able to do that. Okay, he pay bills too. I can't turn off no lights, but when you ain't providing nothing, baby, you're not gonna run up no bills and I'm working. So I would do nice, nasty stuff like that. But he got the point. I made him be a man. I wouldn't let him be comfortable. Oh, you're not, I'm about to go to work. Ain't nobody finna sit in the house and run the lights up. Go and look for a job or go certain places. I never made him feel like it was okay for him to just sit and chill. No. I made that like an eagle do a baby. They throw their babies out the nest until they fly. They'll catch them before they hit the bottom. But you gonna fly sooner. Okay, mama ain't gonna keep catching me. I'm gonna learn how to fly before I hit the bottom. And that's what I did. Oh, you gotta get a job, buddy. You gotta bring some income in here. Cause I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? You can't let a man feel comfortable being lazy. Cause once you do, you done. You stuck. You stuck. Unless you're gonna dump him, you stuck. You stuck.
So,
and it's a lot of women out here stuck.
Right.
Priest, I'm a you know what? You have inspired me. I need to write a book.
You need to.
I'm gonna mess you up with hold on, let me walk outside because my kids is in here and I don't want them to hear what I'm about to say.
Is it about to be
Is
it about to be poor language?
Is it about to be explicit?
It's not language. It's not the language. No, trust me, it's not about the language. Okay. Not with my kids. Hold on, give me a second. But you'll know what it's about in a second. Give me a second.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna recap. So everybody has gotten out everything they wanted to say on 50-50 financial relationships.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
All right. And it seems like everybody kind of on the nutshell feels like it's based on the individuals and the individual situation. However, I think two say 50-50 is okay with them. 100% if necessary. And then Steph, I think you on the fence, right?
Look, yeah. I mean,
me and you on the fence.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what makes y'all on the fence?
When I say we're on the fence,
I'm sorry.
I'm saying
I
that
had emergency.
like my views is that it depends on the situation. It depends on the income that each party is bringing in, and it depends on what we want our financial relationship to look like. So, like, say for instance, if he's making 100,000 and I'm making 50,000, then we might not be going 50-50. We might have another type of arrangement.
He's the real breadwinner. Yeah, that's I agree with that too, because he's bringing more money into the home. So quite
He should
naturally,
be
I
more
would want him.
responsible.
Right.
Yeah, to take. But anyway, a man's supposed to be the leader of the house anyway.
100,000 and he was making 40. Would you want to be 100?
If I was making 100 and he
No.
was making 40,
Yeah.
no, I already told you I ain't down with it. I ain't changing.
Ooh, April. So if you was making
I can't be
100,
mad. I can't be mad.
wait a minute,
All
April.
right, time out.
Now, so that's what I was gonna say. April, if you making 100,000 and he making 40,
Just say
he
it.
still got to take the bigger buck of the house.
Well, if I'm making 100, and it depends on how much our house is. Our house probably gonna be based off of his little 40 though. Okay.
Why?
Oh my God.
Look, we
So
gonna
you
have
should
a
be able
to
nice.
pay for that
Our car
comfortably.
might be based off my 100, but our house might have to be based off his 40, just
Oh,
in case.
yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So in the house, in the home, let me ask everybody this. In a home, if y'all had like $350,000 home, would he pay the mortgage and you take the smaller bills, or
Yep.
would you? That's what I said. Now
I think it
that
depends
I
on how
agree
much
with.
we made. I feel like all our money should go in account, like I
I
said
don't care how
earlier,
much he
though.
makes. He gonna take
Yep.
the mortgage. I'm gonna take the
That's
rest of the
it.
bills.
But
That's
why
right.
though?
I think that's fair.
But think
I
about
think that's
Trees.
fair.
If the mortgage is $500 and the light bill $500 and the water bill, I mean, if the light bill $250, the water bill $250, it still end up being equal.
Right.
No,
You're right.
You still got to think about it.
not for no $350,000 house.
So what are you referring to as little bills, like internet, trash, water, electric bill?
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
But
yeah, the
those things
smaller
add
bills.
up too.
Them
But
bills add up, bro.
that's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
I'm
saying. If it end
saying
up being equal.
Household stuff, all of that. So
if
you know,
he
by
takes the bigger,
about 50-50.
now if he takes the bigger bulk of the bills, then that's understandable. But I know me. If I'm taking the smaller end, I'm gonna make sure the smaller end stay low. Meaning we ain't gonna have all these lights on. I'm gonna try to make my bills stay low. We ain't gonna have all unplug that charger. Ain't no charge, ain't no phone on that. Cut that light off in that.
Look, you leaving the house, unplugging all the appliances and stuff, like
What?
all that.
What? Turning everything off. Click, click.
Look,
I'm about to
hit the brakes on.
turn the
Hit the
light
brakes.
off. Till I come back on. I'm
Still
dead.
stand
Turn them
out.
off.
I'm putting.
Turn off the
I
light.
think for me it'll work out like I said before. If we put maybe 70% of our earnings in a joint account and we keep 30% for our own personal use. That's for me.
That comes
personally.
from the joint, and that's how. That's what we do. With all the bill money go in account, and we draw out the account for the bill money, and then we have our personal money. Yeah, that's the way it works here too.
I
But
think that'll be fine because out of that 70, you can pay your bills, you can pay your tithes, you can do your savings, you can have your vacation fund, you know.
But
that's
if my
why
light bill comes in $800, I'm gonna go in there and wake him up.
All your bills, paying that, and I'm gonna pay all the bills that pertain to the household because I don't want to hear nobody mouth.
I'm with that
I don't want to hear nobody mouth. I don't want to hear nobody mouth.
I'm
like,
with that one too. Now, if you want to pay 100% of the household bills, I'm with it. I'm with it.
I don't want to hear nothing.
Okay. So if you're paying 100% of the household bills, okay, household bills with electric, water, stuff like that. So when it comes to like house necessities, toiletries, groceries and stuff like that. So you're saying you'll take responsibility of those?
You can't go to the grocery store? You can't at least go to the grocery store?
No.
That's a question, Brandon. Don't get all defensive.
I'm not. I'm being dramatic. I'm really being dramatic.
No, you being real though.
You can't go to the grocery store and get that. If I'm paying all the household bills,
if you can't just all the household bills, I'm at the grocery store. I might be at the water bill company too. And probably the cell phone bill company.
If you take care of the house, I'm everywhere, baby. I'm buying you stuff you don't even need. Hey, babe, look what I got us today. Look, you like this? Here you go, babe. I got this good for you.
Right.
Go to the grocery store.
Now I got a problem. If I come home and ain't nothing clicking on, I'm calling you.
And you ain't got to cook every night. you ain't got to do all that.
Yeah.
Like it depends on what our dynamic is as a couple. But it's like, come on, man.
You can't want a woman to be the.
This is what I think.
You can't want a woman.
Trees. This is what I think.
What?
What I think.
Brent, what?
I really want to argue with you because I've been agreeing with you so much that I want to argue.
Why you want to argue with me?
Because you made the most sense. You have a logical thinking mind, so I want to probe it.
That came
that's
with
the way I would.
That came with growing.
That's
growing
the way.
up, it took a minute. I had to learn.
So.
But what you want to argue with me about?
So. If if I'm paying all the bills,
yes,
you can't go to the grocery store.
Yes, we just said that. All of us said yes. I'm at the grocery store.
Everybody was talking at one time.
Everybody said they going to the grocery store and they going to the cell phone bill company and they going to the water bill company.
No, I'm paying the water bill. That's a household. That's a household thing. I'm paying the water bill. I got that.
But everybody's saying they open to it because of the fact if they got a responsible man that's taking care of the house, they are open to doing extra.
That's my issue.
If you're taking care of my house and you taking care of me, you won't. When you come in the house, the first thing you gonna smell is pine sol. First thing you gonna smell food on. You gonna have your dinner ready and everything. Your dinner's ready, Charles. Charles, your dinner's ready. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna do everything.
The person that you are, or is it? Hold on. Trees.
Huh?
Is that the person that you are, or is that because of what he's doing?
No, that's gonna be the person I am. If I am not that person, I'm gonna become that person because you're doing everything in your everything possible to make everything flow right. You're doing in other words, you're doing everything to make me happy as a person that I don't have to worry about certain things.
This is what we're gonna get into.
A lot.
This is what we're gonna get into.
What? If you're doing everything you're supposed to do, why wouldn't I do everything to make your job easier?
Thank you.
Why wouldn't I do everything to make your job easier? That's my job. If you're doing your job, why I'm not gonna do?
He's trying to shake the box, Trees. He's trying to say, why can't you automatically do it anyway if he ain't doing it?
Thank you.
The hell you say?
That's the person that you are.
What I look like?
That's the person that you are.
What I look like? Why? Wait a minute, Brandon. What I look like cooking you a meal and you ain't nothing but down to the park shooting ball with the boys, or you around the corner at the bar. I'm not cooking you nothing to eat, and you come there everything.
I know how messy Brandon is.
Because that's the person that you are. That's the person that you are.
No, that's not the person that I. But that's not the person I'm gonna stay.
Let me tell you something, Trees. I got
what?
I got a lot of homegirls that I've never had sex with. We ain't never had no sexual relations, nothing. They will cook me a meal. I don't have to ask them. They'll be like, I'm cooking. Are you coming over? Or I'll be at their house and we just kicking the shit. And they'll be like, I'm about to cook something. I'm finna make some chicken and some rice. You want some? What you doing?
Well, Brandon, that's nice. Well, no, Brandon, that's nice. But I bet you 10 to 1, everybody, I bet you 9 times out, if you go there every day, they not doing that every day. You're not getting a meal every day. You go over there, oh, Shirley gonna cook me. No, Shirley not. Well, then what are you talking about? That's not being the person you're not. That's just,
if you don't want to cook it every day. If you're the person that's not cook it every day, I don't want it every day. But if you're the person
Brandon, that does not make sense.
It's like, well, if you ain't paying the bills, I'm not finna cook every day.
Well, because she gonna step up.
All right. Let me put it this way.
Responsibility.
Trees. Let me put it this way.
What?
What's my incentive and motivation To pay all the bills.
To get a job?
Yeah,
No,
she
to pay
just
a bill.
gave you your
To pay all the
incentive.
bills. What's my motivation to pay all the bills and to make sure you're comfortable and do all? What's my motivation?
Well, let me ask this.
Because you're putting all of the.
Wait
Hold
a
on,
minute, Brent. You asked me a question.
Hold on, Tree. Let me finish, and then I'm gonna listen. You're putting all of the on the man to be that before you even commit. What are you putting the onus on yourself to commit to?
Okay, that's a good question, but I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask Steph, I'm gonna ask April, and I'm gonna ask Brandy. You been talking like this all night?
Yes, this is who I am.
He talks like this all the time. He likes to shake the
really
box.
confused, Brandon. I really liked you until you. Okay, well, I'm gonna say this. Okay, Brandon, I'm gonna say this. So you're saying you don't want that if I wasn't like that before, right? That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
This is what I'm saying. I want you. I want
Contingent
you.
upon what he does for you.
Are. Do not be who you think I want.
I think you want me to be. Okay, all right. Good observation, but I'm gonna say this. I am that person. I am that person that you want me to be and the person that I am. But you're bringing out the better qualities in me that's already in me to be that person when you're being the better person you are. Why should I put my 100% out there and you're not even giving me 20? Why would I get up every day and cook you a full course meal and you're just chilling with the dude?
Why should I pay 100% of the bills then if you ain't doing it until I do it?
No. But you got to realize if you're not bringing all that to the table, then I got to put more work in. If you're not working and bringing none of that, oh yes, I do.
I didn't say you not giving. I didn't say.
No, you said.
Okay.
What did he say, lady? What did he say?
Okay.
He said, "Tree."
Oh, now it's the
I'm
lady
not doing that. So didn't he say, "Tree says I'm not doing that"? Why can't you just be that person before I do that? I am that person. But if you're not showing me that you can be a better person for me, why would I give? That's like me putting all my eggs in one basket and that basket drop. I ain't got no more eggs. I need to divide them. I need to put them in this place and that place because just in case this basket fall, I got something on the other side. Because why? That's just like, okay, I'm gonna say this. That's just
what
like
you just
a woman
described is the life of a man.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me finish. No, that's like me saying, like a woman, being a woman, just being a real woman. That's like me saying, me dressing you up, getting you ready for the next woman, and then you become that man. Then you just leave me, and he go, that's like that movie that Tyler Perry wrote when that girl supported that man, and he wasn't doing that, but he was trying to get right, and when he got right, she felt like she was slated. That's the kind of example you giving me. She did everything for that man.
But she was horrible for that. She was horrible. He gave her $7 million, got her house back, and moved on with his life.
What movie is that?
Acrimony.
Acrimony. Yeah.
Acrimony.
She's horrible for that. She's a horrible person for that.
Me and a friend of mine, we cooked food and we had a party about that movie because it was so many sides to that movie that you could look at.
Yep.
She was more bitter because she felt like he slated her because that's all she ever wanted him to be for her, and he wouldn't be that for her. But as soon as he got on his feet,
hold on, hear me out. What she didn't take in accountability was she was not the woman to bring it out of him because she didn't believe in him. She didn't believe in him. She did not believe in him. She knew he could do it.
She was following up her sisters, really. See, you can't have people in your ear when you
That's right.
Either way you want to put it. Either way
when
you
you
want
in
to
a
put it.
relationship, you can't have people in your ear persuading you to do a certain way. You got to stand on your own. So
Yeah.
that's where her problem came in. She believed in him.
But
She
she
invested
supported
all her
him.
money in him. That's right. So
She
I
put
didn't
her
like
money in him
remember
because
when
she knew he could do it. It wasn't that she
No,
believed in
she,
him.
no,
She knew he
she
could do
believed
it.
in him because that girl put her house up just so he can do his follow his dreams. She
Right.
did that, but she got tired.
And he stopped
She got
following
tired
his
and weary.
dreams. And he stopped following his dreams and trying to get a job, but he just was fucking up. Oh, my
Messing
bad.
up.
Messing up. He was messing up. I'm sorry, April. He was messing up.
But
So
to answer your question, why would I be the better me for you and you're not being the better you for me?
because that's
not
who you
fair.
are. Because that's who you are.
That's not, no, that's not who.
That's who you are.
That's who you want me
You'll
to
be
be.
a fool.
That's who you
You'll
want me to be.
be a fool.
No, listen. That does not make you a fool. It is you standing on who you are. I'll put it this way.
I didn't say that because you've been doing a lot of talking tonight. So, so this is my thought process.
All right.
Just like, okay, you in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We start off in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and we're dating, but I'm not gonna give you all. That's just like a whole like the podcast. I'm not gonna give you everything that I'm not gonna treat you like a husband when boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, I can show you.
Exactly.
I can show you a nice time. I can cook you a few meals. You can get a little taste of how good my food is. This type of thing. I can give you a glimpse of who I am, but I'm not gonna give you everything. That's just like my mom always said, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? If I'm giving you everything, you ain't got nothing to look forward to.
That part.
Exactly.
That part. So that's how girls think, right? Because
we ain't gonna never see eye to eye.
Because women's love
that's an
is
injustice
conditional.
to women, Francis. No, it's not conditional.
Women's love is
I'm not gonna say
conditional.
I love is conditional, but at the end of the day, just think
It's
about every
conditional.
guy that tried to talk to us. If we gave them 100%, imagine how many times we'll be sitting up there, oh, he broke my heart, this, that, and the third.
Burned out.
Really fall in love with him, but at the end of the day,
I
you gotta
give
know worthy of having you.
give everybody,
Brandon,
man or
Brandon,
woman.
that's what we was just talking about. That's how women end up with bums. They
That
give
part.
all. Well, baby,
That's
you ain't got
them.
no contact. That's how they end up with bums because these niggas feel like, well, if she gonna do everything, I ain't gotta do nothing.
That's
'Cause if
them.
she did it, she gonna do
They
that.
should. Women, what women should do in that situation is say, "I'm not messing with him no more."
That's what I
That's
was going
them.
to say.
I
I was going to
am-
say that's the mature thing to do.
Thank
When
you.
you get to
Thank
the
you.
point where it gets to the point where, okay, this is me. I like to cook. I do this. And if you run into this guy that's saying, okay, I ain't paying no bills. I ain't doing this. I'm not doing that. I think it is our responsibility as being mature to say, you know what, you ain't for me.
That part.
And it's
Well,
time, where's the exit?
But see, it also goes back to a woman knowing her worth. When you know your worth, you already know what you will and won't accept.
But see, there's a thing there's a thing that you discount, and that's a man knowing his worth. So to go back to acrimony, hold on, hear me out. Because again, men's love is sacrificial.
What?
We don't always know our worth. You know who's supposed to teach us our worth? Women.
I'm done. Your mama, when she raised you, she just told you what you was worth.
No, I'm gonna name them. I'll name them by name. My mama, my auntie, Rita, Teresa, Natisha, Key,
So you
how
saying
deep can I go with
your
this?
parents and your friends?
No, people
your
who are
village
women,
around you.
people who are women who, when I was at some of the worst times in my life spoke life into my life.
Mm-hmm.
And they helped me stay on my feet. They were the people who, and let me, no bones about it. Me and my mama, like my mama will say some crazy stuff. Everybody be like, your mama's so sweet. But when she talked to me, it ain't like that all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I have to sit back and think about what she's saying. And I say, well, she's right. Even if I don't like it. Oh man, she's right. All of my home, like I don't have Simone. I don't have people around me that are females that don't do that, because that is so powerful for a man. Even if you got to hold that man accountable for who you see him as. They always saw me as something that even when I was depressed and I didn't see myself as that thing, they spoke life into me and said, no, this is who you are, and you living beneath who you are. That is the power.
That's
the power.
That's how
hold on. I'm gonna bring it back to acrimony. I'm gonna bring it back. Hold on. Hear me out. So when she paid bills, she did all that stuff, but she still viewed him a certain way. Now, the girl that he ended up with, she watched
which was
all
the girl
his
she caught him sleeping with.
Yeah,
which
in
was
college.
The girl she
in
caught
college.
him sleeping with in college. Yeah.
In college. And he didn't do that never again. He never cheated ever again. It was in college. He made the mistake. He admitted his mistake, and he never made it again.
Mm-hmm.
But she just happened to be the girl that was working at the building that he was sending his tapes to for all these years. Now, when he told her what he was doing, she watched all his tapes. She came to him and said, I watched all your tapes and I believe in your vision. The other girl, Taraji, she didn't do that. She was mad because the nigga was using too much electricity.
You know why?
Yeah, because she was
The
tired.
one that sat at that desk and watched them tapes.
But that's not a person that believe in you. It don't matter
Yeah,
why.
she
No, you
did
get-
It don't matter
believe
why.
Brandon
That's
until she
unfair,
got
Brandon.
worked to a pulp until her hands couldn't work no more. People believe
Exactly.
until they too tired. I believe in my kids,
Exactly.
but when it's time to go to
All
bed,
right.
I'm sleepy.
So boom. She found him.
People get weary, man.
They do. They get tired. But
And well
so
doing.
He should have
I don't think she
stepped
was
up a
doing
little
well
bit.
doing. I think she was doing what Trees, you're a Bible. Trees, you're a Bible reader. She was a Pharisee. She was a Pharisee.
I'm a Bible. I'm a Bible student. Listen. No, you wrong, Brandon. You know you wrong. That
I'm not
woman
wrong.
stuck by that man through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
She was tired. She had people in her
If she
ear.
stuck by
You gotta
him
think
through
about
thick and thin. Hold on.
Steph said,
I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong.
You wrong.
If she stuck by him through thick and thin, they would have never parted.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But she made. Hold on. Listen. Y'all are not like getting the whole scope because it's emotional women involved.
I'm already down the street where you going with it.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm already at the stop sign.
I know what
he took when she said, I don't want to be with you no more. He took that. He understood it. He said, all right, I need to get myself together. He started washing dishes. He started doing he was sleeping, God knows where.
Well,
He was doing
let me
that
ask
when
you
he
this,
met
Brandon.
when he ran into the
Brandon.
girl.
Brandon, that's
Mhm.
what I was saying when I said she made him uncomfortable. She put him out. So he had to get himself together. He had to realize, okay, I want this dream, but I still got to make provisions till I get where I'm going. She pushed him out there. You need a job. Then he went and got a job. He still made his dream happen. But had she not done that, what you think they would have still been doing? Had she
Probably
not
the
pushed
same
him,
thing. Probably
exactly.
Probably the same thing. But
She
here's the
coddled
caveat.
him. She coddled him forever.
Listen. This is the caveat. He gave her millions of dollars and got her house back as repayment for you pushing me out there and making me become the man that I supposed to be. And now this other woman brought something out of me, and that's
Wait a
who I
minute.
like. Okay.
I got off. Something kicked me off or something. But I wanted to say this. It just seemed to me in that movie, he gave up too easy. If he really loved her, let me tell you something. If he really, truly loved her, really loved her, he wouldn't have moved on so easy. He would have fought for what he wanted. But he was so caught up on, you know, oh, she don't want me no more. If he took those flowers. Now I give it to him now. He took the flowers, he went to her job. You know, I watched this movie. I mean, I'm all in it, you know, because I'm all for it, you know. But and I accept the fact that he went in, he took the flowers and he tried to win her back. And she said what she said, right? But if you truly love somebody, truly love somebody, you ain't gonna give up that easy. He only tried one time.
So put yourself in that situation. If a man tell you that same thing, what you doing?
First off, it was just a movie because how I feel about that man. Yeah, because
you going on about your business.
I can care less
about your business. I done messed up the relationship. All right, she's right. I need to go move on and stop messing up her life. If she feels I'm messing up her life, and I can see it, because yes, he loved her, but what he loved the most was his vision and what he was going towards. Who fostered that? The girl that watched all his tapes and gave him a position at the job, and when he was scared to go in the meeting, and she said no. I watched all your tapes. I watched everything that you did.
What was her motive, Brandon?
She didn't have a motive. Her motive was you think she had a motive for this dude that was washing dishes in a restaurant somewhere?
She watched all the tapes. She already knew what was up.
Right.
How? Because they slept together in college?
Well, yeah, I think.
No.
Yeah, but Brandon, I think she still had a torch for him. However, to answer that question, what you said about when Brandy was saying he could have fought harder, I don't think that men are built like that. I think when men are rejected, I don't think they fight harder. I think they just go on about their business versus women. We will fight a little
men
harder.
can't handle the same.
I agree.
Can't handle the same hurt that women can. Men are timid when they can't handle the same things we can handle.
Because we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to handle the same. No, we're not. Because we're supposed to be the leaders, right? Mm-hmm. So when we're rejected, see, men deal with rejection all the time. All the time. We live our life in rejection. Women do not do that. You get to choose, like, since the time you was 12, dudes been wanting to sleep with you. And you can say, nah, I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you. But this one I like. And you choose. Men don't have that. We have to make ourselves attractive to women by whatever means. It could be money, it could be charisma, it could be whatever we to try to like. So when we get rejected, we like, all right, well, cool. Now some dudes already over emotional, and they'll be like, all right, well, bitch, you know what I'm saying? I ain't messing with you. Okay, you got those guys, but most guys just move on. All right, cool, because our life is rejection.
So it's easily done.
I think
It's
so. I
easily
think
done.
men, yeah, I think it's easily done, Trees, for men.
No,
wild.
she done spent all them hundreds of thousands of dollars, and when he ain't had nothing. Come
Yeah,
on
but
now.
he was
Hold on.
selfish. He seen that.
Hold on. Trees. She spent hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It don't matter.
It
don't matter.
gave
It
her
don't matter. Whatever he gave her, it don't
millions back.
account for. Listen. I hear what you say, Brandon. I promise you I do. I hear what you're saying. But that don't account for it's a whole different situation. He had millions. You see what I'm saying? He had millions. She had thousands. You see what I'm saying? She gave him her last. She invested her mama house in him when it was in foreclosure. It's a difference between having billions of dollars and you giving thousands. You see what I'm saying? Versus you having everything that you got and you own and you putting it towards somebody. That's a totally different ballgame. And if you don't see it that way, then something ain't right.
I just think it's chalked up so we're not built from the same cloth.
Yeah. Brandon,
Because there was something different. It was something different.
I think that's fair to say. I think that's fair.
Because he had it to give. You see what I'm saying?
Look, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I think that's fair. But he had it to give, and he did. He didn't have to.
Yeah, but the thing about it is he owed her.
Because he wanted to honor what she did for him, he gave her that. So if she did that, what she did, you don't think that's enough to pay back? I'm giving you
Hell no.
10 times as much. I'm giving you 10 to 15 times as much money, and I'm getting your people house back.
But that ain't what you promised me.
What did he promise her?
That ain't what he promised her. Everything everything he gave the other woman, he promised her.
And what did she give up when she said she don't want to be with him no more? What she gave up?
Steph, do you have any final words? Because Steph about to log off.
Okay, my bad, Steph.
No.
What you think about acrimony, Steph? What you think?
I'm sitting up here and I don't watch so many movies. I remember this the one when it ended when her killing them and jumping in the water.
Right? She went crazy. Yeah.
But I just think that, to be honest with you, I felt like that. It's like you sat up here, you was with a man, you believed in him and tried to support everything that he did, so you just got fed up and he wasn't there. But then the next thing you know, when he do become somebody, or do get somewhere in life, and it's like he treating her or doing the things with her that you want him to do with you. I mean, I get what you're saying about maybe she wasn't there. But at the end of the day, it's like the one that sat up there and gave you their blood, sweat, and tears, but then you go give it to somebody that just gave you a meeting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Ain't do nothing.
I'll put it like this.
You compare it to
who left who?
I understand,
with her telling
No,
him that, but
no, wait.
the woman is
Who
fed
left
up.
who? Who left who?
She
It-
left him.
Right.
She left him.
But
And so when you leave a person,
okay, so wait a minute, hold on. She might have
Okay.
left him, right? But when she
Mhm.
left him, what did he do? He got off his behind and he started doing work, right? So why couldn't he have went and done that same work when he was with her?
Exactly.
because it wasn't
Exactly. You could because you can have both of you can have both of worlds. You can work at a job in the daytime and work on your project at night. It helped this lady out.
I think
No,
it's like Tree
and I'm
said, she
thankful.
had to apply
so you
pressure.
ain't never so you ain't never have a situation kick you in the high gear where if everything was straight, you wouldn't have done that. You ain't never had that.
Brandon,
Yeah,
Brandon,
I
what
mean,
you
I did
missing is she kicked him in the high gear when she put him out. She said, "No,
Thank
I'm
you.
done."
Thank you.
He
She
had a
said,
job.
"No, I'm done." So once I say I'm done, you're done. All right. And that kicked him in the high gear. That's the situation. You ain't ever like been fired from a job or been in a situation where
But why did it take her doing that to kick him into high gear is what I'm trying to get.
it don't matter because we're people. We're people.
So in other
Men
words,
and
you
women. Men
had a
and
guy
women. So
him.
whatever it took to kick you in the higher gear is the same thing that it took to kick him into
So
high gear.
this is my
He
thought
didn't
process.
understand it. He didn't understand it. He's a creative, and I'm a creative, so I understand his not understanding, if that makes sense. Like he was so fixed on this can work, and he thought he had somebody that was on his side, and he messed up a lot. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He messed up a lot.
Mess up. You got to think about. You got to take all that into consideration.
Yes,
Right.
and that's why he gave her $9 million. Yeah,
And
he
at the
did
end of the
take
day,
that into consideration. He gave her a lot of money.
Brandon, and at the end of the day, when them people gave him that deal at that job, he should have went right back over there. No matter how many times she said, "I'm done." That baby, we got it, baby. We look, I made it, baby. We're gonna enjoy this, baby. Ain't nobody.
I think that's us. I think us as women, that's our expectations, Brandy. But I see it from a male's point of view too, Brandy, where men feel like you left me.
Yeah,
You said you didn't want me.
You said you ain't want
coming
me.
back for that rejection.
Thank you, April.
I'm on to the
Thank
next
you.
woman who gonna put me on a pedestal and make me feel like I'm Jay-Z.
Whoa,
So I see it from both.
whoa. Not put me on a pedestal,
Even when you start,
but recognize, like I say, she
that takes us
watched
all the way back.
all his tapes.
Y'all, that takes us all the way back to what Brandon said. Why we can't be ourselves with a man, show him our full self with a man, and then be ourselves, and he be a bum. That's knowing your worth, and she should have knew her worth a long time ago. Before she put her house and everything, before she went through that struggle with a man, she should have kicked him to the curb. Right.
She should have been left.
That's the woman inside of us. That's the nurturing.
Right.
That's how we nurture
for somebody.
Right.
Yeah. I agree.
And
it is.
That's the 100% financial.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're nurturing.
I will chat with y'all later. It's been nice. April will have to do another one soon.
Yes, April.
Yes, because Brandon done brought out that single mom, single dad conversation.
Don't put that on me.
Yeah, that's
oh yes, you did.
Because I am a single dad.
Have a good night.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Now, Brandon, you did bring that up when we was having a conversation when we first got on.
Yep, I did. Because I don't understand. So the next time we talk, I don't understand why. I don't understand why I'm a single dad and I don't feel the need to put my baby mother on child support. or I don't feel the need to ask her for money. I don't feel the need for any of that.
Well, with that being said, I gotta agree with you because I raised mine by myself, and I feel like if a man don't want to take care of a child he made, I ain't gonna make him. I do it myself. But when this child grow up and she be successful or he be successful, don't you turn around, because see, what goes around comes around. Them same kids you treat like crap and don't want nothing to do with be the same ones you need. It's things that show up like that.
I'm gonna throw a caveat in there. I don't even feel that. I don't even care. I don't care. Give me my kids, and I'll go through whatever I gotta go through to raise these kids.
Good man. But my son, I raised my son. My son has 4. I raised my son. You don't want to be a deadbeat dad. And then I taught my son this. You don't do right by your baby mother. If this not who you want to spend the rest of your life with, don't make kids with them, because now you messing their life up as well as the child. Because now this child got to be in a household with a single parent. If you're gonna have a child by somebody, make sure you're there to be that father. Because men or women, you don't want nobody else, no man over your daughter.
Raising your kids.
You don't.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's why when I was about to say what I said about I was about to give y'all the rundown on how the situation happened, and that's why I said I wanted to step out to do that, because like I don't ever want to give them no bad vibes about their mama. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give them no bad. I don't want their mama to give no bad vibes about me. Like we really wasn't on that, but it was some times where we was struggling, and like, nigga, I was really homeless for real, and
I
had to get back on my feet. You feel what I'm saying? By myself.
Yeah.
But I never thought ill of that's wrong. I did have some moments where I thought ill, but that was me. That was my fault. That was me thinking bad when I shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? And life happens to all of us. But it came back around to where I was able to have my kids with me, and it's the best thing that's happened to me in 4 or 5 years. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I love it. I love that.
I love that about you. But I never, my kids' dad didn't want no, I mean, we made them and he didn't want no part of them. Guess what I did? I didn't tell them anything bad about him. I let them grow up and learn on their own. So one day my son was somewhere and his dad was something, and he was like, you a great dad. And my son is so honest with his dad. He was like, I didn't want to be a dad like you. Sean said it hurt his feelings, but at the same time, he said he had a lot of respect for that, because he asked him what he meant by that. He said, I'm never going to leave my kids. If I can, I'm always going to be here. I'm never going to wonder, my kids are never going to wonder where my dad at. Do my dad really love me? Or because that's a position. He got married. And we're on another subject, a totally different subject. So I'm going to leave that alone. But when we get on that,
this is a good conversation. And so, yeah, we definitely need to do this conversation.
You don't have to teach your kids. In other words, you never have to teach your kids to hate the other parent. Just let them grow up. I never told my kids anything bad about their dad. They learned on their own, and that made them a better parent.
I would never want to do that. I don't want them to think ill of one of their parents. You know what I mean? No, that is not what we're doing. We're connected forever, whether I like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter.
To give you I gave you one of the greatest compliments. You wasn't around, so it wasn't for no kudos from you. I love how you were with your kids. When I used to do their hair and you come around, I loved how you mothered your kids, how you loved on them, how you cuddled them. I used to tell people all the time, it's not one of her kids can say she gave the other one more attention than the other one, because she took her time. She was different with each one of them, but each one of them knew she loved him just as much as she loved the girl, just as much as she loved the boy, because you could see it in their eyes. And even with your baby being special needs, you just saw the love. And I told your mama, I always loved that about April. I would always ask about her and be like, your daughter was one of the best mommies I ever seen. I never met your husband one time, but I knew how the mother you were to your kids. So I always knew your kids was gonna know what it was to be loved. And that stuff like that make other people strive. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you for
Thank
being a great
you.
mommy.
I agree.
Great
Yeah, I
mommy. Great
appreciate
mommy.
That's
that.
right.
I
Great
worked
mommy.
for some years. I worked in special
Great
needs,
mom.
and I know how tough it can be just
Yeah.
doing it in school. So to have to do it as a mother and you got other kids, yeah. But that's
Yes.
why I use so much turmoil too. That's
You
why.
need to do something, because you know you got to keep this podcast going. This is such a blessing
That's
to
right.
me, because I wanted to be on so bad. So when you text me and I said I had an emergency and I missed, is it too late? He was like, no, get on. So I got on and listened. I always like to observe before I say anything, but it's like I'm doing a study now. Out of 30 homes in America, out of 30 homes, 15 of them have autism children with autism. What is really going on? What is going on that this is such a high spectrum now? I know right now, I know 15 girls that I know have kids with autism. It's something going on. And you have to have people that actually know what it's like to deal with special needs kids, because I watch my adopted daughter. She has a young boy. He's 3. That's a struggle. And then she has a 1-year-old. So now she has to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So people need to have seminars. Like, you would be a great advocate for people with special needs kids.
Well,
Because
she
you
is an
have so many
awesome advocate. She is very awesome.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, honey,
Yes.
I can vouch for that. So my sister, let me tell you, I got a special needs child myself, but I watched April with her son all these years, and just the way she has patience and the way he blossomed. You know, CJ is he's such a
April is
special,
wonderful.
special child.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why he's so special and he glows so much is because of his mother.
Yep.
And I just watched her over the years, because you know April had kids who, you know, my son, he 8, but April, you know, her oldest child is 21, you know, and so I had
Yeah.
even though she's younger than me, I had the ability to sit back and watch how she mother her children, and how she's just so patient with CJ, and just did, you know, just watch. I just had the opportunity to watch him. And then 8 years ago, I had my own son, and he's special needs. And you know, at the end of the day, it's just like I hate to bother her because she has so much responsibility for herself. But
Yep.
I know that I can count on her to give me everything that I need to be a great mom to a special needs child, because I done seen her do it.
Yep.
I
Yep.
told my cousin, I said, the smile. It's not, you know, we might as well have a award thing for you to give you awards, April, but you have to give people they flowers while you're alive. But me doing your oldest baby, your girl hair, and watching you, how you smile through him going through his little rants, and how you cuddled him when he was mad. And I said, man, I told my kids,
that's a strength,
what?
man.
I told my kids, I said, it's something to watch her with her son. And they was like, Mom, what I said, do you pay close attention to her with her kids? And you still smile through it all.
Oh, yeah.
Kiss him on his forehead. I said, man, this girl right here, if she ain't a doggone person to make you know you can do it when you going through it with kids that ain't got special needs, that's a blessing. You know, my hat go off to you. You wear a lot of hats, and that's one of them. You should really do. You should really do that because I know I have 5 people, and I be reading, but reading is not doing justice. I'm not hands-on. I don't have a special needs child. So I said, y'all need to talk to somebody. And I told Bree, I said, April, my friend April, would be the best person for you to talk to because she has so much patience. You have to learn. You live and learn, and you learn from people who show you that God. See, that's why I'm telling you this. Sometimes God gives the hardest battle to his strongest angels because he knew giving you a special needs child, that was, okay, I'm going to put him right here because she going to do good. Girl, blessings. Bless. Kudos. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. And whenever you do a seminar, girl, I'm going to help you. I'm going to be your right hand man.
Okay.
You need to because there's a lot of girls down here they not equipped for this stuff. So I asked your mama, said, she moved back here? Your mama told me, no. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man.
Every time I see her, I say, hey. And your mama know my name, like, hey, Tree.
Yeah, and she tell me too. She tell me every time.
Yeah, but blessings to you for that.
I appreciate
but you got to do another seminar because I got to get on Brandon's head. Brandon
so we doing a single parent. And so Brandon already said he's standing up for the single dads, right?
No, man, I'm standing up for people doing what they're supposed to do.
And
like we on you right now. You are a great parent. We on you.
I appreciate it. I think we all do our part though, right? We all doing what we got to do.
Girl, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I had one, I think I'd be done cracked up. Yeah, I love people like you. The patience God gave you, he knew what, child. I can't even deal with my dog good. I be ready to put him out the door. You kudos to you, April, for real. So your next topic is gonna be when
our
and
next
what?
topic, we're gonna talk about single parents. Right?
Yeah. I'm with it.
All right. So I got you.
You know Brandon with
it. I know another single dad who might be with it, who's raising his 2 children.
Yeah. I'm with
Kudos to you, Brandon, because ain't too many men out here raising them.
I know, exactly.
I love it. I want them forever.
Being the father you are, that's a lot. That's saying a lot.
Thank you.
Most definitely.
A lot.
I want them forever. I don't ever want to be a part of them. Like my depression that I went through was through me and their mother separating. It was partly because I didn't want to lose my kids, man. I didn't want to all right, so me and you ain't work out, but I don't want to lose my family completely, bro. And my kids kind of let me know through a lot of things that you daddy. And that helped me. This is me in my vulnerable moment. You know what I'm saying? This is just me talking, but that helped me so much in a difficult time in my life. That helped me so much, man.
Yeah.
Just them, like, even if I went over there, I could go over there and just be like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on? But I was still daddy. And maybe one day we can have a topic of depression. But I was at I was at a real bad place in my life. And they helped me through it just by being themselves and recognizing me as daddy.
Wow. Oh
You
yeah,
know,
That's
well,
great.
children is a blessing from God. He uses them in different ways
Right. And
to
you
Yeah,
should
help
he
write a
does.
book.
bring the best out of us. That's
Brandy,
y'all
you
why
should
he
gonna
write a
uses
book.
children.
make me cry, man. Don't do that. Don't do that.
But you should. You should write a book about it to empower other men.
Yep.
That need, when my son and this girl, I love her now. Don't get me wrong, I love my daughter-in-law. They was going through and she left. The thing that broke me down the most, it was one Sunday I stopped by there after church and he was sitting in the house and I went in and he said, "Ma, it ain't so much as she left. She took my babies. I can't live without my babies. I can't." He said, "I can't fathom another man raising my girls," because he got 3 daughters. And
Oh
he
man.
kept saying, he cried and cried, and I'm getting emotional. I cried too.
No, I'm
So
emotional right
he,
now too. To be
so
honest.
he worked his butt off to get her back. And when I say
That's good.
the love he shows his kids, he loves his girls, and it's like they light up when they see their daddy.
Oh yeah, ain't
So
nothing
I
like both
say,
things. I tell you.
and I say special prayers. I ask God to cover him, protect him, and to keep him alive for them girls, because a little girl needs her daddy. I
Definitely.
know what little girls need their daddies. Boys need their fathers, but little girls, they need their daddy, because their daddy is
all the
the.
kids need their daddy, man. Just say
That's
it.
All
right.
of them.
Yep.
Yes.
No, what I'm saying is little men teach little girls what. I don't know, you not from here, but it was a young man here. He sold drugs, but the way he treated his daughters, he got killed. He taught his girl. I used to be like, "Why do you do that? Why do you do all that?" This is for my son had kids. He said, "Because Treese, I'm the first man they gonna fall in love with, so I gotta teach them what not to expect, what to expect and not to expect from a man. So when a man get ready to buy them stuff, they ain't gonna run and sleep with them because they say my daddy do that. They're gonna be used to it. So when a man do that, they won't fall prey to that." And I thought that was saying a lot. That said volumes.
He was talking
and I
real
said, when he has 7 girls and 1 boy.
Wow.
And you could tell now that he's dead. Rico been dead for some years now. You can tell with his kids. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? The gap, it's missing. The void is there. And I told God, keep him alive for his girls. I ain't being selfish, but I am being selfish, God. You said we have not because we ask not, so I'm asking you. That's what these black boys killing each other. That's another subject.
Oh, that's
we
sad.
need to talk about.
Yeah, that's another topic.
They taking these kids and they giving them, and this rap music. Half of these rappers that's rapping about this stuff ain't did none of the stuff they rapping about. But these kids, they feel like
you going off. You going? Hold up.
I gotta leave it alone. I gotta leave it alone because, girl, man, I'm passionate. I'm passionate about young people. Cause
So I am so
I am too.
I appreciate you guys coming on, and I'm so thankful for y'all point of views on how y'all truly felt about the 50-50 financial relationship and the insight on submission and trust, as well as the acrimony perspectives. That was good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this, you guys.
Yes, I think all y'all deserve a pat on the back because y'all all did phenomenal. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
thank you, April, for inviting.
Yeah, and I learned a lot, you guys. Like, even though I say, well, I ain't doing this and all, just listen to other people's perspective. Just kind of taught me a lot, tonight. So I appreciate everybody.
Yeah. And I appreciate all you. Nice meeting you, Brandy.
Yes.
And April, I love you, girl. And Brandon, I'm still yet praying for you. I'm playing. Nice meeting you, Brandon.
You praying to the right. Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you. I'll be contacting you.
Yes, ma'am.
All
All right. Love y'all.
Good night.
All right.
Love
Good night.
y'all. Bye bye.
Love y'all.
Good
Good night. Good night.